Hello, and welcome. It's Monday, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time here in beautiful Lafayette, Indiana, in the low 70s with low humidity, traffic, and weather on the threes every 10 minutes. Going to be a nice day, no rain expected. Hope everybody's doing good. Welcome to WTAN Radio. It's Break Check Week coming up August 22nd to 28th. Hey, the I-40 bridge opened, at least partially. And now they have a construction set up going into the bridge. Love it. I-70 in Colorado's closed, though, for 40-some miles. And the detour, no, just take I-80. Just go up to 80. The Whitney Houston Service Plaza, I can't believe it. Right? I can't believe it. Among many others. Hey, a driver dumped some fuel in a creek. You know why? He didn't like having a long day of delivering fuel. Well, who does? So I'm going to start dumping stuff in creeks, too. Stocks Fuel Dogecoin's coming up, as always. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see if I can do all these things here as I get these clicky things going on. Let's see. Okay, there's that. And there's that. Oh, goodness. It's Mr. Plow. Hey, Mark, how do you keep the bathroom so clean in the manhole with everything that goes on there? Thank you very much for that. And, they have a crew there to clean that up. And, a lot of the things going on in the bathroom involve the toilet itself. So if you're not using it, it doesn't get that dirty. So that's the thing of it. George H.W. Bush was first today. Hello and good morning at that time. It's good afternoon now. Geeks Trucking is here. Hey, hello. I haven't seen you for a while. Hope all's doing good. Trucker Hershey's here today. Grafton is here. What's happening? Word AKAFU. What's happening? Eddie McFadden is here. And let's see here. Oh, Mark Ely is here. It's good to see you. Flat Highway's here. Red Monkey Trucking. Oh, nice. How are you guys doing? Still at the same place? George Costanza is here. Good morning, the truckers. Yeah, good morning to you. Not that there's anything wrong with it. So, Joe Ritchie, goodness. Let's get the show started. Tip your host. Holy mackerel. Goodness. That's a start, I'll tell you. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. Holy mackerel. About floored me. Even woke the cat up with that one. That's something. So, thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Let's see. Where did I go after? Oh, Roger Moore is here. What is Lineage? I saw that. Who loves spending 4 hours at Lineage? What is Lineage? It sounds like a clothing store in the mall next to Hot Topic. So I'm not sure what that is. So Dragon 51. Been a while since you caught the live show. Yeah, look, it's good to see you here. George Stands. I saw this. I saw this deal, right? Removing the hose. No, I see that, and I love the idea, but we don't want to, damage anybody or wreck somebody's equipment or anything. So I kind of, I agree. I don't know about spitting on the truck. That's really something. But look, these guys, get out of the fuel island, all right? Go park. Go do your 2-mile-an-hour creep around the parking lot like some of these people do. If you don't have the time to park, I don't know what to say. Joan Harper's here. Hello. What's going on? How's it going down there? How's it going? Wondering. Maybe down in Jasper area here in a few weeks. We'll see. Grumpy Trucker checking in. It's good to see you. Creature 937. What's happening? Misty Rapka's here. Hey, what's going on out there? How's it going out west? We getting all the smoke from the west out here. Must be terrible over there. So, Trucker Beetle Bailey is here. You're live. I am, and it's good to see you. Roller Weiner Monday is here. Joe Ritchie, no doubt. It's about time, too. Been waiting for it all week. Holy mackerel. American Trucker, I'd say a bunch of people are going to get evicted. Oh, right, talking about evictions. But if you're in Denver, only 10% of the people live in houses. I always wonder why these colder cities have so many homeless people. If you're homeless, you could live anywhere. Why don't you move south somewhere? Joe Ritchie, hello from Holland Enterprises in Mapleton, North Dakota. Holland Enterprises, your favorite company to go to. Let's see here. To haul food around, right? Everybody's got to eat. So it's a good food hauler. Everybody has got to eat. No matter if people are getting evicted or not, they're still eating. So, Kelly Patterson, GP, sending a tow truck from Chicago to come get me in Whitestown and take me back to headquarters. Wow. Holy mackerel. That's a good tow for them. You'd think it'd be cheaper to fix it there. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe warranty or something. Holy mackerel. None of the local dealers can get me in before Wednesday. Oh, that's a problem, too. Whitestown, lovely Whitestown, Indiana. You're not that far. If you were there, I would have come down earlier in the weekend. I just thought the name of an award at the show you can give the Golden Gatorade Bottle Award. We should have a bronze Gatorade bottle that we hand out. Greetings from the back row of the pilot in Brooks, Oregon. Columbia, George. How is it there? Is there anything back there of any interest? Take a wander back there. Put some bags on your feet. Adam Wayne, Wiener's all around. I love to return to work today, and I have to return to work, and it's terrible. About time for a normal job. Yeah, get a regular job. Yeah, but even that's no good. So going to work at a regular job isn't much better. Geeks Trucking took a month off and been with a new company 2 weeks now. Oh, that's why you haven't been out there. Nice. So are you gone? Are you home? What's happening there? Jason Jefferson, if you purchase some wieners from the pilot, can get a free hand sanitizer. Really? Oh, nice. That actually might be true. Lineage Cold Storage Facility in California. Oh, Dragon 51. All right. You know what? It does sound like a teen store in the mall. Like, oh my God, I got to go to Hot Topic and Lineage today, so, oh my God. And then listen to NSYNC or whatever kids talk about. Hello from Indiana, parked in Bloomington. Sweet Tea Truck in Bloomington. What's down there? Down 69. And half 69's closed going down there, so great. Lineage is all over the country. I'm in North Carolina. Oh, see? Well, maybe at every mall. Taking a break, going to look for a local job here in Vegas. Oh, really? There should be plenty, right? I assume. I haven't looked out there, but I mean, holy mackerel. It's a huge town, and it's a toddling town. I do see a lot of food service. I haven't looked lately, but that seems to be the thing. Like Cisco and that would be out there. I don't know. Delivering chips to the casinos? I wonder how that would go. Feeling a little roller taquito today. A roller taquito. I just want a small one. Joan Harper, good, but still no driving job. Still at McDonald's. All right. I was going to write to you about BK about how that worked. I was curious about that. Let me know why that happened. No need to be homeless with companies like Swift in England. Oh, yeah, England. I'd rather be homeless. Probably be less people living close to you, I'll tell you that. Joe Rich, everyone has to eat even if you get evicted. That's true. Look, that's the thing about food service in the country at any food service place, right? Even if people are broke, if the whole country goes down the tubes, everybody's getting food stamps, which, they call SNAP now or whatever, but Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. People still have to eat. And so all that food still has to be moved around. So even if the country gets a problem, food's going to be the last thing that stops rolling. Al Johnson's here. Best day of the week. Well, I appreciate that. I find work in Jasper. Joan, no, I haven't found any work down there. The thing is, if I apply like at Kimball International or whatever, they say, all right, you can apply. They always run an ad. Apply and then we'll let you know with open jobs. The problem is, if they have an open job and I go, well, I don't want it right now, they may not call me back. So I don't know. It's kind of a catch-22 problem. May move there and keep my job here and then apply there so that I have a place there already. For a couple weeks kind of thing. We'll see how it works. Kelly Patterson, wish I knew that Ben since Friday. Yeah, right. I would have come down there. What's going on? If you're in the area ever on weekends or whatever, let me know. I wonder if I could get away with smearing poo on the wall at the home without the wife mowing me down with an AR-15 American trucker. I don't know. Your wife wandered around the house with an AR-15? GP Transco's here. Hello. Good afternoon. What's happening up in the Chicago way? It should be a nice day. It's beautiful, sunny out here today. GP Transco also looking for people. Hey, 90 your first year. That's some good money from what I understand. Have never made it, so you can all tell me. Geeks Trucking. I'm going over the road tomorrow. Oh, I'm planning uploading my first video on rate cons and how to tell they are fake. Yeah, how would you tell they're fake? $12 a mile. All right, well, that'll be interesting. I don't know how to tell they're fake. Jason King, hello, Mark. Traffic was horrible through your favorite place. The Natty on Saturday. I stopped by your favorite pilot in Remington. Really? I never go down there on the weekends, so which is nice, I guess. What was going on? Did they have was 74 bad? That's been the problem going back and forth down there. Is 74. I get off at the 103, which is what I recommend people do and heading south. That gets you around all that. Lots of lemon lime Gatorade bottles in the back row of the pilot in Brooks. Nice. I didn't know they had lemon lime, so that's pretty good. I don't know why drivers buy these Gatorades too and then throw them out full before they drink them. It's any purchase at Jason Jefferson, you save the offer for the free sanitizer in the app, but might need it more after eating rollers. Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. So pilot, free hand sanitizer. Good, because I'll go back to masking soon, as we see in the news. I do think that in the next 60 days that's coming at some places. George Costanza, I'm delivering a very light load of aluminum into downtown Pittsburgh. Pray for me. Yeah, no doubt. And downtown anywhere. A light load of aluminum. I wonder who gets that. Sweet Tea Truck and Lineage's cold storage warehousing. It sounds fancy, doesn't it? I mean, it does sound like it's got, that booming music in the back. You go in there and everybody's like super having a fun time. Bunch of hair buns walking around in there. GP Transco, quick note to those who applied to drive with us lately. We have a limited number of trucks and about 80 applications a day. Really? Wow. Thank you for your patience. We will notify you when more trucks arrive. Now, I find that amazing considering all the ATA tells us is there's no drivers around. It seems like you would just be sitting there with just like a fax machine all dusty or however applications, come in. You get 80 applications a day. The 500 something applications a week, that's crazy. 80 applications a day. I can't imagine just sifting through that many applications. Much less having to hire people and stuff. That must be something. Wow, what a place. How many does Swift get a day then? I mean, seriously, with the number of trucks, holy mackerel. Kelly Patterson, your book is waiting at the headquarters. All right, that's good. Arkansas is cracking down on left lane lollygaggers. I saw that Arkansas is going to start booting people out of the left lane, finally. Except, they never enforce it enough. Boot them out of there. Look, if you can't get rolling along, get the heck out of the lane. Oh, my gosh. So frustrating. Buy food stamps at 50% base value every month. I'm eating good. I bet. Some people sell them, which is illegal. Don't do that. Don't sell your stamps, your SNAP program. Acceleration rules, wrong time zone again. Dang it, I'm always in the right time zone. I'm going to start announcing this on Hawaii time. No, but one is always within reach. Nice. GP Transco, I want an office job. And I'm Wayne, are there any office positions available? 80 applications a day. 80 applications a day. Big Ben, that's really something. Afternoon, Mark, I got an easy start of the week. Bobtailing 500 miles of Statesville to pick up an empty. Wow. That's pretty good. I love that. That's those long runs I would always call in which I didn't get very often like that. But anything weird like that, I'd always have to call them and go, did you send this correctly? Do you want me to go 1,138 miles empty? Yeah. GP Transco, that's a good idea to Geeks Trucking and a great service for owner-operators who don't realize the company is giving them a photoshopped rate confirmation. Yeah, how would you know that? Do you have to put it in front of a candle or something? I'll have to find out. I don't have any idea how you would do that. Never looked at one, to be honest with you. George Costanza, thank you very much. Remember they said 2 weeks to flatten the curve. Government answers, yeah. The Golden Gatorade Award. I love it. Yeah, just 2 weeks. It's just going to be this time, too. It's just 2 more weeks. As we go through Greek letters of the alphabet. I think it's coming. Thank you very much. Yeah, I do think it's coming. Let's see where... Oh, I lost my little spot here. Hello, Mark and everyone. Good to catch a live. Been a while. Angelica Jane. Yeah, it's good to see you back here. Don't know why they picked Truckers Coach as a spokesman over you. I told them about acceleration drills. Well, I don't know. I'm not, as a spokesman. Is Truckers Coach a spokesman for them? I don't know. Look, I don't take any money from trucking companies. For people that don't know, I'll take a hat. That's about it, right? And that's about it. So I can't be a spokesman for anybody because I don't think it would be right. People think, oh well, he's being paid by that trucking company, or he only says that because he's not being paid. So I just don't take any money from trucking companies. So that's how it goes there. I do like GP Transco, and I do have a little card here for them. So I don't make cards for just everybody. And they didn't even ask me to make that card. So there you go. I will get... Joe Ritchie has a question. It's going to get everybody fired up. Fired up. Do you think shippers and receivers are going to start checking for vaccine cards? Or maybe the scales checking cards? Oh, no. I don't think the scales will because of government. So no. But... could the shipper receiver check? Yeah, private, right? Lawyers have already talked about this on many different occasions. They could make you show it. Yes. Will they? Oh, I don't know. Because companies then will do it. Companies will do it. So will they do it? That'd be a tough one. Maybe to let you in the building, they might. The mask mandate is supposedly going to be for 2 weeks, but federally mandated. When's the last time you saw the federal government do anything in 2 weeks? Well, we're still waiting for the first 2 weeks to work from last year. GP Transco, it's not really about picking. Coach was interested in driving with us and going over the road and in helping the company with PR. Mark has not mentioned an interest. And his is good. Well, I appreciate that, GP Transco. Not mentioned an interest. Will they throw out the Gatorade because the roller wieners are gone? Can't have a wiener without Gatorade. Manual etiquette. You could soak them in there. I wonder if you could soak your wiener in the bottle. Happy Monday, brothers and sisters of the highway. Paul Fiennes, it's good to see you. I hope everybody is doing safe today. GP lost him in the Cohart Charter smoking truck. What the heck is that? Gustavo's here. Hey, what's happening? Going to use the guarantee this week. Sat yesterday for Monday. Appointment 34 reset. Dang it. Well, look, if you sat a day and then still need a 34 reset, I guess you had a lot of miles. I looked at it this week too. 36 hours and 43 minutes logged last week. That was my week in 5 days. Mr. Crowley, possibly Sam Crowley. Hello from California. Hello there. Geeks Trucking up in GP. I'm going to piss a few companies off. All right. All right. Well, companies won't like it. I think it's interesting. I mean, they have like disappearing ink. I've never even seen a rate confirmation. So any lineage location is a terrible place to deliver. Better not work for a company that doesn't pay you for all your time. Jason Jefferson. A lot of these cold storages aren't any great, but I guess I just never went to lineage cold storage. So that's awesome. Sweet. That's why I like on the road for food long loads. Because if you're going to sit somewhere, at least you've driven the last 5 days. You put down 3,000 miles to get there all the way across the country. So then you got a few hours off somewhere or whatever. So always like long loads on food. George Wilson, are you tired of the Megacare's lies and deceit? Ridge Ambulance in Montgomery, Illinois, hiring driver trainees and attending EMT trainees. A new dynamic career opportunity. What would that kind of thing pay? Just curious. Yeah, Geeks Trucking, that sounds like a plan. Absolutely. Gustavo, podcast approved. I appreciate it. I do a podcast here so far every Tuesday, Friday. So far, that's looking good so far. Get it on your favorite podcast app. Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple, iTunes, Android. It's everywhere. Go check it out. Let me know what you think. Best thing, you don't have to look at me on that. You can just listen to me. Work Wednesday to Sunday for $12.50. That's the way to do it. That's exactly correct. The less work, the more money, and the higher your hourly rate is, right? GP Transco lost me as a driver when they couldn't guarantee a non-smoking truck. Sweet Tea Trucking. Oh. Well, you get a new truck, then it's not been smoked in. I do like a non-smoking truck. Marketing, driver relations, account manager, cost-benefit analysis, CBA. You want a normal bed, Adam Wang. That's true. Why don't you also you can get a local driving job and sleep in your own bed. So that's another opportunity. Unless you live in East Armpit, like I always say. If you live in East Armpit or somewhere outside of Armpit, it's tough to get a local job. There's nothing around. Kelly Patterson, the taco truck near the Pilot in Brooks makes good food. And then you can throw all the wrappings out back here. I'm going for jail time. Oh, well, you might get it. GP Transco, we typically do that. Who do you speak with? Sounds like a miscommunication. Watch my videos, Mark. I know you do. I do watch them. As bad as my place needs drivers, if they require the vaccine, I'm not good there. We literally have exactly the number of drivers we need, no extras. Really? Well, I thought there's a big shortage. How can you possibly have all the drivers you need if there's a shortage of drivers? How can you get 80 applications a week if there's a driver shortage? There wouldn't be anybody around. Acceleration rules. Is the truckers coach ever going to do any trucking? Dang. Truckers coach, you're welcome to come here and speak up for yourself. Oh my gosh. Headed up to Lafayette to pick up an empty trailer, flat highway, please. There's thousands of them. Would you please come here and just come back and forth and get them the heck out of town? Let me tell you what. For those of you that don't live here in Lafayette, Wabash National, all right, makes trailers here, right here in Lafayette, literally downtown. And they are everywhere. The trailers are all over the place. Oh my gosh, every open space in town has trailers. Get them the heck out of here. JB Hunt is got to be the biggest violator. I don't know if it's a violator. They have a whole lot full of hundreds and hundreds of new trailers. And every other company in the country, come and get your trailers. Has anyone noticed empty drink coolers at truck stops? American Trucker. Empty drink coolers. No, like a drink koozie? No. Yeah, Geeks Trucking. We've been a W-2 carrier in the Chicago area for many years. And it's heard so many stories from drivers about their experience with rate cons from nearby carriers. Yes, other Chicago suburb carriers. The whole city is a violation of trucking. Further north you go in the suburbs, the worse it gets. By the time you get to Evanston, it's a disaster. Misty Rapka's going to go to the dark side. Any dispatcher jobs open? Oh my gosh, they've won you over. Aviator Trucker, I won. It's a major award. Thanks, Mark. I received the book. All right, great. Let me know how it is. So put that review up there. By the way, ironically, today, sponsor is books. Remember books? Remember when there were books? Anybody remember an actual book? That's today's sponsor. Remember us? Don't forget about us. Books. Must have been very low on trucks, typically guarantee a non-smoking trucks unless we have 3 or less trucks. How can you be low on trucks when there's a driver shortage? See, I keep saying that and the ATA never answers me. Oh, Mark Ely likes a new terminal picked up next door. Was anybody outside playing hoops? Are most of GP applicants trucking answers nation? Some are. Some people have gone from here over there. Absolutely. Absolutely. So there are some. All right, Misty. See be careful what you ask for. Do you have any experience dispatching? GP never asked Mark because they know I say the truth, and Mark isn't a sellout. Gustavo. Well, look, I will tell you, GP Transco, as far as I know, and from everybody that's ever written to me, has never not said the truth to people either. So there you go with that. I had to move over for emergency broken down vehicles and had somebody block me from getting back over with my blinkers on. Al Jones. I know. When I move over for somebody, I do not leave that lane with enough room for somebody to get next to me on the right side now, because people will not give you the 2 seconds to move over. So basically take both lanes so that you can get back over. It's ridiculous. And I saw somebody early say, what about when you move over and somebody comes down the ramp or whatever? That's another problem, right? You almost can't let people over anymore. If you're going to let somebody over, right, they let you over, either get going or slow down and let them back over. It's ridiculous. Yeah, GP Transco. Don't forget to stop by and ask Sergey for a tour. They'll give you, including the basketball courts. Maybe 5% are from trucking answers. 5%, that's pretty good. I'll take that. I'll take it. GP Transco from Geek Truck. I'm going to try to put them all in jail. They broke a lot of federal laws, international laws. Let's get the Hague on this. I don't want any money. I want them in jail. I say we get the Hague going on this. Do you have any information on Cherokee Freight Lines looking at maybe going there? Jason, I never heard of Cherokee Freight Lines. Do they only haul Jeeps, or what do they do there? I'm not sure. Cherokee Freight Lines. I don't know. Where are they? Where did I end up? Because I said that, I lost my spot. Joan Harper makes many upset. Yeah, I know. Every day you're writing to me that something happened on your channel. You got to be careful when you post on somebody else's site. George Costanza, I've driven a Standard most of my life, and I rode a motorcycle most of my life, which are becoming automatics too. If you saw the new Honda Rebel with the DCT automatic. So how about that? How difficult is it to learn to float gears? I've been in automatic for 3 years. Not hard, right? So not hard. But motorcycles also going automatic. Who leases a truck and stays at home? Acceleration rails. I think that'd be tough. I see that in Indy out of the rail yards, though. I see, who is it? They have all day cabs. I can't think of who it is. Pulls out of the rails. White trucks, it seems like, but they have. They'll take owner operators home every day. Now, I don't know what it pays to be home every day as an owner operator, but you can run containers around and home every day. RICO laws are a problem. I bet. That guy wasn't it that guy on Happy Days? Fonzie's friend. Walmart in Seymour, Indiana asked me if I had my vaccine. Really? What did you tell them? And who asked you? The person at the front door? They don't say anything to you at Meyer yet. At least not here. Tankers, minimum waiting load, and they're mostly waiting to unload you nice. I'm really grooving on the podcast. A great addition to the YouTube show, Dave Johnson. Well, I appreciate that. I try to go in a little bit more in depth and just less topics. And usually Tuesday, I try to wrap up the show from today, and Friday, it's whatever else going on in there. And then other topics, automotive, and whatever's on my mind. So, John M., I like the podcast very good. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I appreciate that. I can't get direct feedback on that, so that's awesome. GP Transco is a great company. I do not hire for them. I do talk to their drivers on my recruiting page and get feedback, and they seem to be doing the right thing, so I totally agree. There's so few places. I mean, it's probably in the dozens of places in the country that just are, if you can just be honest with the driver, holy mackerel, why is that even so much to ask of a place? They ask them a question and they answer it, honestly. You'd think companies want to be honest to people because, I wouldn't want to work for a place that wouldn't be a fit for me. So if I ask a question and it's not a good fit, then we could just go our separate ways as friends and we'd both be happier. You don't want a driver coming on that's not a good fit. They're going to quit anyways. It doesn't benefit the company in any way. Did you miss my message? It's okay. You could say I'm too ugly to work in the office. Adam Wayne. Maybe you could do a podcast for them. That's the way to do it. Is the I-40 bridge open yet? Yes. I-40 bridge is open most of the way. They said fully by August 6th, and then they have a construction project coming. Isn't that awesome? That was already planned. Yes, but I-40 bridge at least is partially open on the 2nd, which is today. It should be fully open on August 6th, if it isn't already. They said they're trying to speed it up. But that is the story finally. Back open. Now you can get to West Memphis even faster. Joe Ritchie, what happened to this guy Trucks and why did he quit? Yeah, I never heard any more about him. What type of work are you looking to do, JB Transco? I was teasing. I'm a Vegas gal, not leaving here for a few more years. Oh, don't you love the Chicagoland weather much better than Vegas? I mean, gosh, wouldn't you love to live here? Especially in the Chicago area rather than Vegas. I mean, no, sure, it's warm in the winter, but who wants that? We don't disclose why drivers leave the company. It's not our place. No drama. You might need to ask them. Yeah. I haven't seen him on YouTube either, so a lot of people write to me. I don't keep in touch with them. I don't really know him or anything, so people are, what happened to this guy Trucks? I'm like, I don't know. Ask him. GP Transco Misty enjoys the 130-degree heat. I know, but wouldn't you rather shovel? Oh, January is awesome. Shoveling snow all the time. Putting out salt. Meyer had salt out yesterday. They had a pallet of salt where they normally have it above the registers. I was so depressed. Like, already we're putting salt out? Al Johns visited Vegas a few years ago. Loved it. The M&M Museum is there. Do not miss it. Our responded marketing account manager cost benefit. Right. Need to get in the office. Truckers are too mean. Dang it. If you live in Gulfport, Mississippi, the best I found is $200 a day. $200 a day. I would worry about autonomous trucks. I wouldn't worry about that. I would worry about the 1 million potential drivers working for 10 cents a mile that are not crossing the border. That's a problem. That is the problem. Get a lot of people in recruiting telling us they heard about Holland Enterprises on Trucking Answers. Joe Ritchie, really? That's pretty awesome. That is awesome. I'm glad to help out places that are decent and get people a decent place to work. So I'm glad to hear that, really. Because I always wonder, put up something. Does anybody see that or whatever? I don't know, No way for me to know that. And I've lost my spot here. Do you have, if you see any Oakley transport trailers in they're marked, my dispatch jokes that it's parked downtown. Yeah. I haven't seen that many Oakley trailers here. Okay. It's like JB Huntville in the area, but they are all over. And there's probably lots I don't even know about here. So depending where you're going, please come back and get more of them out of town here. Ugh. Daycab Gear Jam, we've been watching his videos. He seems like a reasonable, intelligent guy. Well, thank you. And I'm going to highlight that and show it to my wife. So there. We should have a truck week and we could have it in Sturgis. I'm a jelly of bikers. Yeah, we should. How about that? A bunch of truck drivers descend on a town. All their trucks coming in town? Wow. Trucker Beetle Bailey, I quit my last company, now working at a place making $1,800 a week salary, hauling entertainment events for Pitbull. Oh yeah, Pitbull. I don't know any of his songs. Greetings from Chickasha, Oklahoma. Gear Jam. All right, starting my new local hourly, get home nightly, off weekends job Friday. Isn't that going to be pretty awesome? Let me know what you think about that. Oh, it's a little bit of a transition for people coming over to the local side, but I think you'll get used to it. And you probably will be like almost everybody that I see that goes local. That's it. Usually you stay local. Adam Wayne, no, but experience coordinating missions in the Army and supervising law enforcement. Thrive under pressure. Well, that'll be just like being a dispatcher, just like herding cats. I tried to type something today and got autocorrect a manhole. Immediately thought of your YouTube channel, Kelter Travels. That's great that autocorrect now is correcting things to manhole. That's pretty great. Thank you for your service. That's awesome, but we do require dispatching experience at GP Transco to dispatch. Dang it. Daycab Gear Jammer looking forward to watching this experience. Yeah, let's see what that happens. Missy, I was back out when someone is passing me or pause my cruise control for a few seconds. Yeah, please, look, that's just the right thing to do. If somebody lets you over or whatever, let them back over. Even if you're speeding up, I'll get on them empty a lot of the time, so I can get down a ramp, no problem. Somebody moves over, and now we're both going 65. That isn't right. Let them back over, right? Come on. But people don't. You know, it's so aggravating. I've been noticing truck stops having little to no bottled and canned drinks in stock. American Trucker. Why is that? They said there's a pet food shortage. Why are there no bottled drinks in stock? Trucker Beetle Bailey TGT. This guy trucks, I guess, has a video going out today. Everyone should watch. Okay, how do you know that? Do you get an early feed of him or something? Torture my dispatcher with food videos. She usually is hungry and not eating when I send there. Here's another food video. Right. The stuff you cook in the truck, that's way more than I cook at home. And you have like the best behaved dog in the world that would just sit there. Growing up, my dog, I don't think it would have sat that close to food being made. Aviator Trucker, whenever I'm asked if I had the vaccine, I ask them, do you have a copy of the Constitution? I suggest you read it and read about HIPAA laws. Hey, why don't you read the Constitution? How about that? I've never been asked anywhere about that. Including work doesn't even ask about it. Although they're going to. Let's see. Oh, Joan Harper, where do you work? Well, you know, it's funny that I don't get asked that very often. But for new people, you know, I'm here every week at 12:30 p.m. Eastern time, including holidays. And Mondays, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Mondays, I just to keep the company out of the videos, I don't ever say where I work. I think if you're going to start making videos, especially a lot of them, don't mention your company. Or they can come back and say, hey, why don't you take that video down or whatever. Also, don't recruit for them. Although a lot of people do recruit for their company, you know, I'm just not doing it. I'm not doing it. This guy trucks his back. He's a known operator and has an international sleeper. I'm sorry. I hate that international that I have. Ugh. People said, oh, Mark, you're going to love this LT. I hate it. I was delivering to their warehouse, and it was a rent-a-nurse. Rent-a-nurse. Oh, I see. It wasn't a Walmart. Got it. Like a store is what I was thinking, Mark. I asked her if she has herpes. She said, it's none of my business. I said the same and asked her if she was uncomfortable. Nice. Do you have herpes? If you wear it, make it a parrot always. Just like our friend right here, which is me as a baby. People don't realize that. That's a baby picture of me. Wearing my first blue parrot. That's a blue parrot 10. So I don't know what number they're up to now, 550. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. When in St. Louis, pass on the shoulder and exit ramps. At least you get off the road. Kelter Travels. Yeah, good for you. Exactly. Do you know if GP Transco has home every weekend? Well, let's see what they say about that. Bought a 73 Grand Am. Wow, super rare 400 4-speed. Really? Power moonroof, one of 500 Grand Am 4-speeds. I would say, right, most people get an automatic there. And that's a bigger Grand Am than most people are thinking if you're not old enough to remember those kind of Grand Ams. Nice. Very nice. GP Transco, we do not have positions for home every weekend. It's 2 weeks at a minimum. You're out 2 and home 2 weeks also. I don't think that's true. This guy puts out a video saying he still likes GP but wanted to self-dispatch. All right, fair enough for me. Joe Rich, you got to run to another meeting. Please stay safe and thank you for supplying our nation. All right, well, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Remember, everybody's got to eat. Everybody's got to eat. Even in North Dakota, they have food. So check out Holland Enterprises. So thank you for being here today. I appreciate it. Hey, Paul Cruz is here. We're considering building a new terminal, GP Transco. You just built a terminal. Surveyed our drivers asking which state they would like to see. Texas. We'll let you know if we do it. Really? Do you get a lot of freight to Texas? I was going to say like Wyoming or something where there's nothing. Be great midway stop for drivers or whatever to have like a full service terminal. So that's what I'd probably say. Although it'd probably be hard to get people to work there. There's nobody around. Texas. Roy, goodness, thank you very much. I appreciate that. That is very appreciated here. That'll keep the podcast running too, so I appreciate it. I'd rather live in West Memphis. John's, who wants to live there? Yikes. Billions of virus and one strangles HIPAA. Right, got it. Dang it. Texas. I vote Texas too at Keltruster Travels. Really, what about Wyoming? What about like Laramie? There's no terminals there. And plus, think about this, GP Transco. Land is cheap. You can probably buy 600 acres of land for like $50 there. The best part of hauling fuel is your tank full of every load. Yeah, you get your tank full. What about this guy if you're a fuel hauler or any kind of tanker? He was hauling fuel around and he said, you know what? My day is really long. What if I dumped 4,500 gallons of fuel in this creek back here behind the school? Then I wouldn't have to deliver as much fuel today. And I thought, won't the places notice that you don't show up to fill up their tanks? Anyway, that's what he did. Well, it turns out it's an environmental catastrophe. Over 100 loads of dirt have had to be taken out of there. He's being charged with numerous felonies and killed a bunch of wildlife, which I'm more sad about than anything. Please don't do that. Okay, just quit your job if you don't want to deliver fuel all day. You're a fuel hauler. Daycab Gear Jammer has a manhole announced policy on checking vaccination cards. Well, I'll tell you what. Do things count as a mask asking for a friend? They don't check. They wouldn't have time to go through all the things that are coming in and out of the manhole. So that basically it's take your chances, it says over the door. Al Johnson, Mark, how long have you been doing Trucking Answers? I've been watching for 3 years. I don't know. I have to go back probably 5 years or so now. Probably 5 years, I'm going to say. Believe me, nobody knows the first couple of years because those years nobody watched it. So that's the first 6 months nobody watches. That's why everybody quits. So Silver, China bought my company a few years ago. Now we got way better benefits. All right, awesome. Hey, here's some good benefits. Eventually, everybody will work for a Chinese company, as they say. Kelly Patterson would be the best driver to team with. You would eat so well. I know. Plus, you get a dog. I mean, that'd be awesome. You get a dog to pet and great food. The manhole promotes latex masks. That's true. They hand those out there. They do hand out a lot of things there. They have hand sanitizer too, although I don't know why or what people do with it. Do we have enough freight in Texas? I only ask because I've only been sent there once, but regardless, it'd be a great area to build a customer base. Well, what about Wyoming? Don't you go back and forth there all the time? Being a dispatcher, it's easy. All you have to do is learn how to send people the wrong way that you want to go and also work the weekends and not enter your phone. You'd be a star employee. That's the problem with a lot of places, right? It would be great to have a dispatcher that was a driver, I think. Trucker Beetle Bailey, GP Transco, find a nice spot around Denton, Texas. What about Laramie, Wyoming? Roy, I've been at Werner 10 months, and I have a good dispatcher that gets me home time in Miami every time, but I want to explore other places. I'm waiting for a year at one company. Oh, yeah. Well, here's a place you could go right here. Oh, but you live in Miami. Oh, let's unclick that. All right. I actually don't know if any of the places I have here. You know what? They might be in Miami. Maybe, but I'm not sure. Miami is a tough one to get to. I mean, you are at a place, like you say, that has a good dispatcher and gets you home time in Miami. That's not bad down there. It's a lot harder to get down there. It'll get shut down because all the air horn running through town. And Jake brakes. My biggest beef with IH trucks years ago is the crappy mirrors would vibrate. Well, that's true, too. That isn't the problem now. The truck is just still horrible, loud. Partly because it's a fleet-bought truck, so it's all plasticky and loud and everything, but metal back. I mean, come on. It's just, they didn't improve the LT. People are said, well, you're going to drive an LT and love it. No, I don't think so. I don't think it's very improved at all. The steering wheel doesn't adjust enough. I don't like it. They still didn't think it through. Houston would be a good spot for a terminal. South on be a great route until everyone gets off 35 and uses it. Acceleration rails. Houston, too humid though, right? Just too humid. I'm trying to find a place that's better. Weather also. Al Johns, I worked for Werner for a year. I found better and worse. What do you want to do? Right. The problem is Miami. That's really your problem there. Shouldn't even mention where you work in Comets. That's true, depending on what you're doing and what you're saying. You'd have to keep revving the engine to stop the mirrors from vibrating. I've seen trucks like that, right, too. At idle, the mirrors are so bad you can't do anything, so you got to rev it up to just so you could see. That was always the problem. You'd have to slip the clutch backing up so you could see. Hey, Mark, why aren't you giving away any headsets? I loved it when people learn that you gave them the bird. Aviator Trucker. I haven't gotten any from them lately. So I only give them out. I gave out about a dozen of them because they sent them to me and don't have any. Or I absolutely would. GP Transco buy the SRT terminal in Texarkana. Oh, is it for sale? That's not a bad idea if there's already a terminal there, especially when 80 closed. It would give your drivers a safe place to relax. That's true, right? You could have a terminal there especially for winter use. Not bad. You'd have to have some kind of front end loader to keep it plowed out. When I was growing up, I learned that Pontiac meant poor old you-know-what thinks it's a Cadillac. Okay. Look, those Grand Ams from those early 70s, interesting. Get your workouts in, guys. Paul Cruz just spent the last month getting my blood pressure correct, getting back into shape. Not round. Yeah, round is a shape, though. Pilots giving away hand sanitizer with purchase. Stock up for the next shutdown. Oh, yeah. They say no, but I don't know. I'm iffy about it. Eat your whole food diet and intermediate fasting. I really miss the rotary engine. You cannot pull that thing up. I think it's still available in the RX-8, but I don't think here. Not in the U.S., though. Yeah, 1.3 rotary, 250 horsepower, whatever. Emperor Dion, I was watching your channel in the beginning. I enjoyed your content more back then because you could roast mega carriers more. Thank you very much. You and only a few other people. So I appreciate you being here from the beginning. Believe me. Believe me. There weren't any people around. I still watch the vintage crab company videos filmed outdoors with the green sunglasses. Oh, right. Those are classic. My dispatcher's a former driver. It really does make a difference compared to one who's never driven. I think so too, right? Let's get drivers, put them in there and train them up. All right, train them up. You're going to have to train them in your way anyways. Get a couple drivers in there. Oh, the Celadon terminal can be available. And didn't it get bought by PAM, though? The ones on the border, right, PAM bought, I think. Yeah, when you're in Miami, it's a problem. Wyoming is where I plan to retire. Where did I go to? To do law school. I'll clean the terminal at night if it goes there. Oh, nice. You could be a Wyoming lawyer. This is my second time this month getting to watch live. Roy, I appreciate it. I'm on home time now. It's easier. Love the show. Keep up the great work. Well, thanks. Stop by every Monday. So I appreciate that. You just got a problem in Miami getting a place, believe me. Don't listen to Paul Cruz. The best food for truckers are rolling wieners. Well, those can be cooked in a truck if you need to. LT equals lousy truck. That I agree with. Can we figure out where to put the buttons in the truck? Why is the switch closest to me, the fifth wheel slider that I'm never going to use? I'm going to use one time a year, and I got to reach way down to get to the radio. Come on. What has happened? It's got 130,000 miles on 140,000. Only one speaker in the truck works. That's it already. Truck's falling apart. What about Gulfport, Mississippi? Only a few hours from Texas and 6 hours from Memphis. I think you could cover the Gulf and Mid-South. What about West? Let's get people out West. Everybody watches now because they learned about you through Crab Company of the Week, which we dearly miss. Well, I appreciate that. I will say anybody starting a YouTube channel or whatever, you got to have a long-term thing if you're going to go anywhere. For 6 months, it's just you and your cat watching. That's it. Publix grocery store has a milk dairy in the Miami area. It may also be a good place to be home daily. Miami. Yeah, what about GP Transco? Put a terminal in Florida, and then you could also hire from Florida. If you had a trucker enjoyed having a female trainer, the first thing she taught me was how to put the seat down. Nice, very good. A terminal along the Red River, just because it sounds cool. Where would the Red River be here today? Open in Alaska. Oh, there'd be some miles, right? I do miss the Crab Company of the Week, but lawyers mess up everything. That is true. Where did the fuel hauler jump that fuel? What state was that in? I don't remember. I didn't write it down here. The fuel hauler, I didn't write it down. But he was charged with causing an environmental catastrophe. That's how they wrote it up, among other felonies. They took all kinds of dirt loads of, dirt out of there and everything. Yeah, because he thought his day was going to be too long. But the thing is, I guess, what if you're empty, you're done for the day or something? I don't know how it works. Wouldn't the wouldn't the Speedway call and go, hey, we never got our load of fuel. And what is he going to say? I dumped it there? And they stick that big stick thing down and go, no, you didn't. I mean, come on. It's ridiculous. Activate the Join tab and do Crab Company of the Week for paid subscribers. Nothing funnier than telling the truth about bad companies' acceleration rules. Oh, that's pretty interesting. That is an interesting idea. I hate having to charge people for that. So, Cash is King Trucking. Hey, what's happening? What is going on? It's good to see you. How would you tell? How can you tell a fake rate con? Let me ask you that, since you do this kind of stuff. I'm just curious about that. I love Texarkana. It's a very central location. Oh, it sounds good, right? Texarkana, I didn't know. With that SRT terminal, it's not a bad idea. I don't think there's enough dry freight that's worth it on rate to justify Florida. No, but then it would get people you could hire out of Florida. That's what I'm saying, because I get a lot of people calling from Florida. Not calling, but, letting me, saying, hey, I live in Florida. I'm like, oh, all right, I don't know what to tell you. To go to a local job or something, containers is about all I can do for people there. Really, to be honest with you. Good, thanks, Roy. Goodness, I appreciate that. That's quite kind of you. I do appreciate it. I don't think there's enough dry freight. Oh, I don't even have a cat. YouTube and his ego crushing. Oh, well, get one. They're all over the place. Dallas or Austin would be great locations, but everybody's in Dallas. Nobody wants to go to Dallas because there's too much traffic. Everybody would like to go to Wyoming because they know the load is going to continue on, to the coast. Oakley and Lake Wells, Florida is looking for port drivers in Florida. All right, well, there's some place to go. Call Oakley down there. Call Oakley. You get free glasses when you go there, Oakley's, and you can run the ports. National School of Construction in Greenfield, Indiana is where my dad went in the early 60s to learn dozer, backhoes, and scrapers. Really? In Greenfield? Mr. Crowley, my truck is out. Night driver works more than 12 hours. Sweet. Well, he's getting some overtime. Hopefully. He better be at a place that pays overtime. Keltrusu Travels to keep the manhole in business. Well, that'll get you in for one night, though. I appreciate it. That's cover. Thank you very much. That's cover charge at the manhole. Dot Transportation has a yard in Miami. Steel Horse. All right, that's what put that up there. I wondered, maybe Dot is down there since it's food, right? So that would be a way to go right there. You can give them a call. It's just tough to get out of Miami, but if there's a place around you, you're in. Cassius King Trucking, I don't think there's a way to know for sure on a fake rate con. You can go to your company's office, request a copy, but they could, print off the fake one. It's all about trust. Yeah, so you basically just have to trust somebody. If you're getting a percentage, you just got to trust that they're telling you the truth. Most Werner drivers are from Florida. Maybe because Werner's one of the places they'll hire out of there where others won't or can't guarantee as much home time. So Werner may have a customer there to, basically get the drivers out of Florida, which they need to do. Mr. Crowley's waiting for a regular truck. Just got a slip seat driver. Hopefully he maintains the truck clean and doesn't smoke. Oh, right. Smoking, right. I would give him back to him. Tell him, no, thank you. Because then you got to sit in that truck all day. Look, we had a couple drivers that smoke, even though they're not supposed to. Dispatch doesn't say anything to them because they're in the same truck. You open the door of that truck, and that driver's been in there, especially in the winter, windows up or whatever, 12 hours a day. Oh, my God. Terrible. Werner House out of Tampa made good money at Werner. Yeah, so if Werner can get you in and out of Florida, that's how they get people out over other places. Mo. An Oakley super trucker once told me he had salary at $6,000 a month. Wow, that's $72,000. I will say that's not that high anymore. Maybe back then it would have been something, but $6,000 a month salary, I'd take that. Poor non-smoker probably travels with a smelly dog. I don't do smoking trucks. And my cat does not smell. I had my first subscriber recognize me in a truck stop the other day, then asked me, you still making videos? That's sweet. That is sweet. Oh, goodness, and thank you. Be sure to hit that like button and think about tipping the host. Then do it. Well, goodness, I appreciate that. And you had somebody recognize you. Nobody's ever recognized me at a truck stop. And look, I say that. I'm not looking for people to come up and say, Mark, hey, whatever. Okay, that's not what it's about. I'm just saying, no, I walked around that Pilot, okay, and there's plenty of drivers sitting in the trucks or whatever. I'm holding a camera on a tripod, right, my phone, right, on a tripod with a microphone attached to me, walking around the truck stop. Nobody said anything to me. So I'm just that nondescript guy walking around the back. Nobody has said anything to me. They go, hey, haven't seen your videos in forever. But at least you got, at least somebody said hello to you. So that's pretty awesome. That has never happened to me. I fuel truck stop every day. No one said anything to me. GP could go to Cheyenne. There's a Lowe's and Walmart distribution center, among other things. Plus goes to Golden Coors. Oh, yeah. How about that? Coors is right down the street. That's true. You should take cans in there. Carol Fulmer is a local Florida company in Groveland, Florida. Oh, Carol Fulmer, CF Trucking, right? It says CF on the truck, right? Carol Fulmer. The cans, I remember the cans only because they were 7,777 pounds, which I thought was interesting. It seems like they came out of Virginia somewhere. Or they went to Virginia? I don't remember which way. It was light. I remember the weight. Doc Kelly, huh? Transco, Texas, depends on your freight. Reefer, West Texas, and Lubbock. Close to the Panhandle, less than 2 days drive to less than a day's drive. But these two cities have many companies. Yeah, be cheaper. The International LT is bad. I agree. It's horrible. International does not have this figured out at all. They have no idea what they're doing. Kelly, my tow truck is here. Finally. Now a couple hours and you're back. John M., I do miss the crap company of the week. Oh, thank you. Nobody likes West Memphis because you get stabbed. Well, if you zigzag, and they can't stab everybody. That's what I say. Walk out. Don't walk next to the trucks. I mean, there are a number of things you can do. Don't walk in between the trucks. That's at any truck stop. Stop doing that, okay? It's just dangerous. And always be ready. Don't have things in your hand. Stop looking at your phone. I see this all the time. Be ready. Hands out. Be ready. Thieves, criminals, and that look for a victim. Don't be a victim. Roger Moore. Goodness. Had a forklift driver ask me for a tip after unloading me yesterday. I'm giving it to you. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Hey, do you mind tipping me? I'm only getting $18 an hour or whatever over here. That's ridiculous. Asking for a tip. By the way, any place that has a tip jar, I won't put anything in it. So, yeah, good luck on your truck. No doubt. You hate autocorrect. When a city of Memphis has guards on 6-foot fence around the churches, you know there's a problem. There's 6-foot fences around churches? That should be the safest place. They have to have armed guards at the churches. Did you get any offers for a date walking around that back road at the Pilot Casting Trucking? No. I thought that K&B driver might come out and say something to me. Well, look, for those of you who didn't see the video yesterday, I went to a pilot in the area here in Remington. I had meant to go to Lebanon, but there were thunderstorms. So I went to the Remington one, hoping it wasn't raining, and I wanted to do a walk around the back lot. There was a K&B truck there that had looked like it had been through a war zone. Half the front of the truck is gone. There's cardboard over the driver's window. It's running. I assume there's somebody sleeping in it, and it wasn't wrecked there because there's nothing on the ground there. And there's big chunks missing out of the truck. So it wasn't hit there. It's in the middle of a row. I don't know what happened to it. Look, and somebody wrote to me and said, well, K&B would fix that truck. And I believe that. Okay, that's why I don't think K&B knows about it. I don't know how you'll get out of it when you get back. But there's no way that truck is road legal. The headlight was all smashed out of it. I thought about the driver's window, and I actually don't think that's a legal thing because you can roll it down. So I don't know if it has to have a window, but it's got to have a headlight. It was crazy. But no other offers walking around the back of that Pilot. And I didn't see any evidence of any of that kind of activity there. Fred Zeppelin, Great Sunday Rant. Many states have really upped their signage, but alas, enforcement reigns zero. Yeah, signs mean nothing. The signs mean nothing without enforcement. There should be enforcement with no signs. Move over. Left lane for passing only. When I'm in a line of 25 people behind some goofball, that's ridiculous. That's why it's so frustrating driving a car in the interstate. Because all the trucks. I see why people get frustrated. I was frustrated at 35 miles. I was frustrated. Ever look at the suspension on the International? Rear springs look like they come off a 1912 Dodge. Nice. Yeah, no. Whatever it is, it's horrible. Paul Cruz, tip. Wow, yeah, times have changed. So the forklift, does it have like a jar like you see at Starbucks on it? And does he like put a few bucks in there to get it started? Throw a couple 20s and a couple 10s in there to get the thing started. That's awesome. Forklift driver should have asked for the tip before unloading. That's how you get a tip. I don't know how long this is going to take. I don't know how long this will take me. That's how that worked in Boston. When I used to do a run to Boston, I went to Boston every week. And I was there Monday morning. And that guy, which was a union doc, I assume, said, look, okay, so you're the new driver on this route. This is how this works here. He goes, the driver comes in and gives me $100 in cash. I don't give you a receipt, and I'll unload you right away. He goes, if you don't want to pay it or whatever, then it'll probably take all day to get unloaded. I don't know. He goes, I don't know how long it'll take. And he goes, I'll let you go today since you didn't know about it. And the next week, I told the company, I go, I got to have $100 unloading. They paid it. They're like, oh, okay, he advanced it on my check. He goes, just bring a receipt every week. I go, well, the guy's not going to give me a receipt. He goes, just write it out and hand it in. And he put it back on my check every week. Craziest thing I ever saw. The company's paying basically a bribe to get unloaded. And he did. He would unload the truck, no problem. Zoom, signed it. Here you go. Have a nice day. I don't know how many people they did that to. They're in Boston. Crazy. That's crazy. It's crazy the company paid it. He would take people off another truck. They're in what truck? He'd call them off to unload me. Hey, Mark's over here, unload this guy. And the other driver's like, how are you doing that? I go, I don't know. I gave the guy $100. Drivers need to stop speeding around truck stops. Save it for the interstate. Either people are cruising at 1 mile an hour because they're trying to do something with their log, or they're going 45 through there. I was at the Aldi warehouse the other day in Minnesota. Starting rate $23 an hour. Cash King Trucking. Wow. Did you tip the forklift driver? $23 an hour is not terrible to work in a warehouse. I will tell you, there's a lot of road drivers at certain companies that will go unnamed, like England, that don't make that kind of money, in a week. That would be better off working there. Driver should ask for the tip for bringing the forklift so he could have a job. Yeah, how about the guy that brought the forklift over here? Oakley out of Lake Wales is a candidate for Crab Company of the Year. Really? I love their glasses. GP Transco's back. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you left. What's up, homie? Red Monkey. What's happening, Red Monkey? Headed home finally. You guys have been out like 18, 19 months. I haven't seen you at home since. So, Ferdinand. Lumpers make much more than $100. No wonder the company is fast to pay it. Well, I don't know what they paid otherwise at this place. It was their stuff. Right? I'm their truck. I'm not some outside carrier. Okay? So people be lined up out there. I've just rolled right in and backed in my dock. I'm them. All right? And he still charged it. So it wasn't like a lumper deal. It's like you have your own product and your own trucks. And you drive your trucks. And then that truck has to pay because it's at a different warehouse of the same company. So that's what I'm talking about. That's how they work it there. The Boston Fire Department, it's a big scandal. They were pocketing the fire permit fees for tents and other services, events. Seems to be a thing in Boston. Yeah, well, the thing is, the company's like, oh, yeah, okay, no problem. I guess they probably paid it for the last driver, too. So that was pretty good. He did unload you in 10 minutes. You were gone. Didn't count anything. Didn't care. You didn't have to separate everything. Didn't have to pay anything. Dock guy got $100. What if you did this 2-3 times a day all week? Pretty nice, huh? Would like to see a company that starts speccing their trucks with pure sine wave inverters. Can't run gaming laptops or any high-end electronics. Can you get an adapter for the inverter to make it pure sine or not? Curious. And I kind of thought they kind of were the new ones. Have I not seen that in ads? Maybe they don't. Sounds like Chelsea Market. Nice. Chelsea Market. Hey, everyone. GP Transco's a great company. Holler for details. Holla. Coors Light or Light, right. Greetings from Hydrite Chemicals in Terre Haute. Always appreciate driver perspective info. Mark Jones, Hydrite Chemicals. All right, what's going on at Terre Haute? You're only 100 miles from me. Hydrite Chemicals. What would you like a driver perspective info on? How do I get a job like that? $100 extra a day cash. This was the guy that ran the dock supervisor. And what I assume happens is he would collect that money all week. That's what I assume happens. And split it with the dock people. That's how I think it works. So maybe he got $1,000 a week, say 2 of these a day all week. And at the end of the week, they split up between 4 or 5 people this money in cash besides whatever their paycheck is on the East Coast working at a union dock. So not bad. Maybe he got $2,000 a week. I don't know. But it was cash, no receipt. So not bad. Jeff, when someone is hauled off to prison for taking someone out speeding in a truck stop, what is going to be their excuse? Yeah, they don't care. They got that guy just got run over, a couple months ago at a truck stop? That exact kind of thing. Cassius King Trucking. Most LTL companies in Minnesota don't pay $23 an hour to be a CDL driver. I think Holland just up there starting pay to $20. Really? Holland in Indianapolis, which it's in Greenwood or Greenfield, whatever that, it's south of Indy. $29.41 an hour at Holland. No, that's Dayton, right? What am I thinking about? That's Dayton Freight, 29.41 an hour, overtime past 40 there. So Kenworth comes with a great inverter, Red Monkey Trucking. Is it a pure sine wave inverter? They'll let us know if you don't give them a full load of fuel. That's what I thought. There's an electronic measuring device, plus you have to turn in paperwork with the measurement. Fuel hauling can be a long day. Okay, aviator trucker. All right. And what I'm saying is if you don't want to work a long day, that's no problem. Just quit. But don't go dumping your fuel into a creek, for God's sakes. You're killing everything. Ruin the waterway and everything. Oh, my gosh. What was that stuff you found in the back of the Pilot? Pledge allegiance. Well, look, I will tell you this. I didn't send it to a lab for analysis, so you'll have to just watch and you determine what it was. There wasn't any touching of it. It's built in the new truck. Sweet. It's probably not bad. I often have taken the 16-hour exemption a week to finish a fuel job. Yikes, the paycheck is the best part. That's true, or is it? I just take extra days off the following week since I get 6 personal days a year. Nice. 6 personal days paid. That's doing pretty good. But that is a long day then. That's a long day. And if you don't want the long day, I think we can agree, don't dump the fuel down a creek. Just quit your job or whatever. But dumping the fuel in a creek doesn't solve anything, as we see. Forklift driver makes $1,000 a day extra, $22,000 a month on 22-day work week, $140,000. Not bad. Yeah, I don't know how much this guy was collecting, so not sure. I just went there once a week. I would go out there and come back and then go to Virginia, not Virginia Beach, somewhere in Virginia. Oh my gosh, it was so long ago. And back. And that was a come back empty from Boston, come back empty from Virginia. Churches fenced in. Sounds like they need to up their game. What is going on? You got a fence in a church? Why do people tolerate that? Oh, they're in Greenfield. Oh, yeah, it's south of Indy, right? Because it's 80-some miles. I looked at that. I go, oh, that's pretty good. But it's like 82 miles from here down there. And I thought, man, that'd be a long commute. That would kill me on commuting. Nathaniel, hey, Mark, I tell you guys in the chat, company you shall not work for, stay away, Vista Transport. I've seen their ads. Out of Illinois. They're 1099, of course. And they treat us like work company drivers, and they pay us less than GP Transco. Right. So you're 1099. You get less than a GP Transco W-2 driver in the same area, and there you go. You need to turn them in. I know my numbers are shady, but that's as the tipping deal. Yeah, I assume it works out like that, right? Aviator Trucker, talk about fake raids. Let's talk about Household Movers Guide. I have never seen this book in 20 years. It must be up with God next to the Book of Life. There is a book. If you go into, there's archives and stuff. I've seen the actual books. They put a book out regularly years ago. There are copies of it. It's as big as I was going to say a phone book, but nobody here knows what a phone book is. It's big as I was going to say dictionary. People have never seen a dictionary. There used to be dictionaries. Look, if you remember the old phone books with the yellow pages in them, it's as big as that. It was zip to zip. All of the country was an actual book. Yeah, I've seen pictures of this actual Household Goods Movers Guide book. And so it's a legitimate book. It's going to be a huge party next month when Trump gets back. Well, that'll be something. We'll announce it here first if that happens. Would have been less damage if he'd lit a match at a field in the river. Well, that's true. Well, the thing is, he dumped it down like a slope. And it went into the river. And so they saw all the dead foliage on the way down there amongst other dead wildlife and stuff. Just ridiculous. Look, just quit. Okay, if your day is too long or you don't like doing your job for whatever reason, quit. Don't go pollute the whole half the planet because you don't want to go deliver gasoline to a store. You took the job to start with, right? I mean, you can always quit. You can always quit. He could just walk in and quit. Dot Foods warehouse hiring order pullers and loaders, $23 an hour. Nice. That's pretty nice. In the inside there. Donkey Bite, maybe some of those bottles you found in the back of the Pilot were from the fuel hauler. Oh, that's possible. Maybe those were just fuel hauler bottles. I do want both books. I want to be a NASCAR hauler. See every race for free, Adam Wayne. You could. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how many teams there are. 35, I'm guessing. No idea. John Harper knows what a phone book is. I used them to sit on and drive a car. Wow. That's something. That is something. I can't remember the last year I got a phone book. 10 years, probably. It's been a long time. They used to get one every day to your front door. Or not every day, every year. Not anymore. A red monkey trucking, Biden drove a semi. Yeah, I talked about this on the podcast a little bit. Joe Biden, semi driver. So nice to have a semi driver in the White House. Pretty nice. Well, Cruz smashed that like button. I appreciate it. Cash is King Trucking. I had a copy of the Household Goods Movers when I worked at USA Truck and was paid that way. It's a big book. It's got every zip code to every zip code in it. Yeah, right. So would you say you're just a young man, but if you've ever seen a phone book, wouldn't you say it's the size of an old phone book at least from like a large city, which included the yellow pages, which, living where you live, you probably got a Minneapolis book or whatever with the yellow pages years ago. It's at least that big. It's at least that big. That's how big that book used to be. Mark Jones, 2 round trips a day, Denver, Decatur to Terre Haute, live load, sodium bisulfate. 440 miles a day, good but long day. How long is long? John, let me ask you, what is a long day? I've heard a phone book used to seal them out of the phone booths every year. Oh, right. Out of the phone booths. There was a phone. Where were we? Oh, the Petro. One in that Petro. There's a phone in there. I heard that the fuel hauler was trying to get his last day done as quickly as possible, starting a new job hauling nuclear waste. Take gear jammer. Yikes. At least that's solid, I hope. Keep following the fuel dumpster. I'd like to know how this plays out. Well, he's being charged with a number of federal crimes and environmental crimes. So what is going to happen is he's probably going to have to plead guilty to something to avoid a really long jail service. That's how I think it is. Joan Harper, Biden is insane. He's a truck driver. He said it, so I believe it. Was that a pilot or the KB Motel? I don't know why there were 2 drivers there, but then you know what? K&B does have a guarantee, a weekly guarantee. So I wouldn't be too upset about it if I was getting, especially in their longer one. I think it's $16.50 for the Road Warriors or whatever they call it. So if I was going to get $16.50 a week and they wanted to sit me, I'm all set. Books, huge waste of paper. Books are today's sponsor. Don't you remember us? Hey, there used to be books around. You remember books? I don't even think I have a phone book here to show everybody what one is, because people have never seen one. Most people have not seen one. Swift alarm. Yeah, I don't know how this goes on your record. I guess they just fire you for a fuel spill, maybe, or something like that. I think he's going to have a problem getting a TWIC card kind of thing. I think that might be a problem in his TWIC issue. Kelly, Biden probably drove a truck like my ex-stepson used to when he was 12. Put him in the seat and let him putt around a field. Well, I don't know. I mean, he says he drove. That's what we have to go on, right? So that's how I can go with that. I remember phone books. I used to cut the centers out and hide stuff in there. Cash escape. Wow, like in the shape of a gun or whatever you put it in there. That's classic. You just cut it out in the exact shape. I remember using a phone book as a booster seat at the dinner table. Wow, everybody sat on these things. Did anybody actually use one to look up a phone number? The Hool is here. Hey, what's going on? Donkey Bite, what do the cops beat you with in the interrogation room without the phone book? Oh, just their fists and nightsticks, which I have. I have one of those here. A real wooden nightstick. It's got a bunch of cuts in it and stuff. Who knows who's been hit with it. Roughly plus or minus 12 hours, depending on the delays, which are also paid. Well, that's not as terrible. I thought you were going to say 14, so I think it's a long day, but not as bad as it could be. Biden's been in politics for 50 years. When has he found time to drive a truck? Well, that's the thing. When you do everything, you got time to drive a truck too. Phone book for a doorstop, depending what city you live in. Right? I had an uncle lived in Wheatfield, Indiana. His phone book was like 25 pages long. So you had to jam it in the hinges. Acceleration Rose just threw away thousands of magazines. Couldn't burn them fast enough. Wow. Thousands of magazines. Somebody was collecting those. I'm starting to like Joe Biden more and more. His dementia is very entertaining. Nice. Phone book when you want to beat up the fools and don't leave marks. Well, that's true. NYPD style. Right. She put the gloves on. Teddy Roosevelt rode a train. Does that mean he was a conductor? Yes. He drove the train. Sean Harper, I can't go too much into politics, so don't get me in politics here. Biden is a real mental illness. I do feel sorry for him on one hand because he's dementia, although we're not a doctor to diagnose that. It's not funny. Don't feel sorry on the other hand because he deserves it. I was not aware they made mobility scooters with 18 of those little wheels. Nice. You watched Forrest Gump this weekend, and he thinks it's a movie about his younger years, Joe Biden. Guy. Okay, we can't go politics. I'm not doing a politics show. We're going to get in a lot of trouble, not only from YouTube, but from, I'm trying to stay out of politics. Midlife trucker, we're back to wieners. No relish. I know. What is going on with that? What happened to this one, by the way? Did everybody see this one? Let's see where to go. This is kind of, kind of on bread. Kind of a toasted breadish kind of wiener, I thought. Kind of fancying it up with the parsley. That's what I thought. A little fancy. We got to fancy it up sometimes. The $6 Million Woman could rip a phone book in half. Dave Johnson. They rip a phone book in half on Mythbusters. Anybody can rip a phone book in half. They show you how to do it. So easier now because you just break your phone in half. So call Mark phone number area code 12. Yes. Did you check out Sammy the Bull's channel? Sammy the Bull. One of Golden Girls drove trucks for the Marines in Korea. It was B. Arthur. She was a Marine. So that is true. $300 a day in Los Angeles is chump change. Yeah, $300 a day, depending where you live, is not great. And that's what I'm wondering. How much does this 12-hour day pay in Terre Haute? Because, jobs are up and down. So what's 12 hours get you? And is it hourly? I always think home daily drivers ought to get at least either a daily rate or hourly. When you depend on mileage and you're home every day, I'm not a fan of that. Phone book is the reason there's so many companies called A1. That's true, right. Used to put you in the front of the book. Right, you'd be the very first one. So it's AAAAA carpet cleaning or AAA whatever, auto detailing. Yeah, that would get them at the top of the listing. They didn't have to pay for that big half-page ad in the yellow pages. I don't want too much on my wiener. If you get it too heavy, it kind of, makes it saggy, sags on down. It's not politics, they're true, but we're going to get in too much trouble. And that's where the channel can't go to politics or that kind of thing. Finally got my microwave hooked up. Nice. So now I can make my own wieners. Just have to roll them on the floor for that authentic experience. Well, you can eat them right out of the package, too. The wife's always disgusted by that. Anything canned or whatever, by me, I could just eat right out of the package. Beef Verona, you can just eat it. The real desperate people call zebra towing. Yeah, once you get to the back of the phone book, you're like, holy mac, ZZZ towing. I can see B. Arthur as a Marine. She looked tough. Yes. Who would make a better Marine than B. Arthur? On the West Coast, and she was a Marine, by the way. On the West Coast, there's a homeless Navy. You can see them floating on the rivers and some canals. That K&B truck may be homeless have a trucking company. I think if you live in the truck, you're not really homeless. I mean, it is the solution, really, as was mentioned earlier, to being homeless. If you're homeless, go to a truck school. Now, I don't know how you would know to do this. But go to truck school and live in a truck. Or if you're going to become homeless, especially with the evictions. They had a woman on the news here because the eviction moratorium is expiring for people. So people that haven't paid their rent in a year maybe start to get evicted. Go to truck school, all right, which you should have been doing anyways. And go live in the truck. It's certainly possible. You can still have a place to stay. You can buy an address somewhere, no problem. That's absolutely the way to do it. Hello from Texas, heading to Plainfield, Illinois, New Berney. Where are you going? Are you going XPO up there? XPO hires in Plainfield all the time. They're splitting up, by the way. XPO is going to be LTL only. And now they're going to have a new part of their company called GXO. They're going to do third-party logistics stuff, kind of like XPO is doing in Plainfield. So it's going to be XPO and GXO. So that's probably where you're going. John Harper, sorry, don't want to get you in trouble. Try to behave. Yeah, we can't go down that road too far. Or that's a road, that's a bridge too far, really. Plus, look, whatever your politics is, you're always welcome here. I'm here to basically for trucking. Most sausages are already cooked, so eat it. They are. Yeah, that's true. And canned food, all that already cooked. That's why it can stay good on the shelf. Get your pet food some food too. They're talking about pet food shortages, so I went and bought extra cat food this week. Oh my gosh. So there may be some food shortages. All the homeless have smartphones. Don't worry. I know they do, but I mean, how do we get them the message that, hey, you can go to truck school? How about that? That's the thing. People have all this information, but we have to get a message to people, especially people that are only making a little bit or not working. Hey, there's jobs available Why don't you go do this? That's what I'd like to see happen. I don't know how to get to somebody who's not looking for that kind of job. Actually cheaper with a smartphone and pay-as-you-go card than use phone cards. We don't do those here. Okay, that most here it's prepaid. Like here I have AT&T. A lot of people do different plans, so it's just a pay-as-you-go. The cards here, not as many people do cards here. Wasn't there a bunch of muscled-up preachers in the 80s and 90s that used to tear phone books with their hands to show you the power of Jesus? Donkey bite. There were. And the people didn't realize that anybody can tear a phone book in half. You don't have to be a muscled-up preacher, as they say, like Jim Bakker was, to tear them in half. It can be anybody. Mythbusters, check that out. There's an episode where they tear huge, thick phone books in half. Got the hat. Are they used to make $75 a truck stop during my break because I kept my AC kit with me and was able to repair and charge an AC system? Wow. That's pretty good. Now you probably get in trouble for that. There was a sign at that pilot, which I thought was curious, which I didn't show on there. No third-party repairs allowed. So I thought, oh, that's pretty interesting. Zoos are listed under AAA exotic meats. Yikes, you mean animal prisons? One time many years ago in an old Chicago phone directory, Ziggy's Cartage Company. Oh, was that at Old Chicago? Who remembers that? Only me. Remove the no soliciting signs on your home 20. Feed Fido door-to-door salesmen and Jehovah's Witnesses. Well, I haven't seen a Jehovah's Witness in a while. Waiting for my next watchtower. So, and are there door-to-door salesmen anymore? Wow. I haven't seen one of those in a long time. Hey, I've got a vacuum cleaner. At trucking school, woman driver thought she got a hotel every night. Class laughed her right back into the gray dog. Well, that's the thing. You know what? You wouldn't know that. Maybe you don't know that. Right? If you think, oh, all right, I'm going to drive a truck and get a hotel. And I will tell you what. There are people, including people on this channel, that do get hotels every night. What about Zenith Freight? You go to work at Zenith Freight, which I had in a video. They do give their drivers hotels every night wherever they are. They do not sleep in their truck. So there are those jobs where you sleep in a hotel every night. Truck driving, especially over the road, isn't for everyone. I agree with you, Ferdinand, it is not. But here's the thing. It could be for you for a while. All right. So you're like, all right, I'm not going to do it for my life. If you don't have any money, you have to go do something, even if it's a job you don't like. And then you can work into doing what you want. Once you get some money and you're ahead on your rent and stuff, there's a lot less stress on your life. Having the bills paid, pretty nice. Yesterday, paid the electric bill. First of the month, bingo. Right. I'm like, all right, this stress is out of my life. So keeping your bills paid, pretty useful. Pretty useful. Senate Amber Alert homeless are about to be homeless. Go to your local unemployment office to become a truck driver and get home. Paul Harris, that's not a bad idea. Sending out a message to everybody. Every agency that where anybody goes to apply it, Social Security or the SNAP office for food stamps or any kind of welfare agency, that kind of information should be put out there and say, hey, you know what you could do? You can go drive a truck and start making enough money to support your family. So maybe you don't want to do it your whole life, but you could get yourself out of whatever situation you're in. $400 of food stamps is not going to cut it long term. That's just a way to just keep you on the dole. You want to get ahead. It's just a little bit of help now. And what they should do is say, look, if you go do that, we'll continue your food stamps for another 60 days or something. I think it'd be cheaper. It would save the government money. And people would be able to think, okay, I can really go do this, Some recruiter lied to her. I'm telling you, there are companies that put people in motels. I delivered some auto parts for XPO Logistics. Pain in the keister. They call you several times a day and won't leave you alone. Why not? Tell them, look, we're not doing this. Pain. I guess you'll be delivering for GXO then, because they're only XPO is going to be LTL. GXO will be a third-party logistics, kind of like Black Horse Carriers. They're going to take that kind of thing on. And I know they run a big warehouse in Plainfield because they forever run ads, and the ads run here. It's only 35 or 40 miles down there. My political views are I want my gay neighbors to be able to protect their marijuana business with their AR-15s. Adam Wayne, right. The libertarian view of do whatever you want and leave me out of it. No third-party repairs and then no shop. Midlife trucker. That's true. That pilot doesn't have a shop. And there's no repairs allowed from third party. So I guess you have to call a pilot truck to come from another pilot and come down there. I guess they don't want the Petro coming over there and doing repairs. I don't know what they care. Oh man, just got a Nathan's hot dog. So much better. Really? Nathan's hot dog. Where'd you get a Nathan's? They still have the skin on them. So those are pretty good. When I went to school where I lost my spot, went to school, one of my roommates was homeless. I made sure he had food to eat. He just graduated and got a truck. Not real sure what happened to him after that. Well, look, that's awesome of you to do. And I'm sure he appreciated that. And look, if he stayed at Swift, it can change his life easily. He doesn't have to be homeless anymore. I had to meet the Thermo King man off the truck stop property to get my reefer repaired. It's crazy. Just let him fix the stuff right there. Tell him, look, I'll buy Taco Bell if you let me in here. Some people in cars ask me where I'm getting my fuel from, and I tell them Saudi Arabia. It's a long drive, but don't worry, it's 100% gluten-free. I only use gluten-free fuel. Did you have the Fuller Brushman come to your house on a regular basis, Paul Harris? No, I had some guy selling, I can't think of the name of the vacuum. There's an expensive vacuum. I did have somebody one time come and try to sell that. Can't think of the name of it. It was like a $1,800 vacuum cleaner. I'm like, what am I going to do with that? I'd rather be dirty. No bunch my wieners these days. Oh, that's true. Because I had it reversed. I thought bread was the good part. Bread is not good. You can have a bun-free wiener. You know what? I'll try and get that up. Next time we'll put a diabetic approved wiener up. Johnny come lately, several reasons for that. Can you imagine trainers from Sierra England be bunking with two homeless people? Well, they're bunking with basically two homeless people anyways. I mean, look, all you got to do, just because I've been homeless, all right, just people don't know this. I lived under a bridge for a little while, all right, years ago. I've been homeless. You go to somewhere, give people a shave or whatever, and a shower, and they're just regular people. You know, stuff happens to people. It's what you do after that is the difference. I have a sign in front that says trespassers will be prostituted. Nice. I have one that says get a warrant and come back. Finding a truck stop that enforces no drop trailers is harder than finding Sasquatch in the Loch Ness Monster. There was one at the Pilot too, no drop trailers, and in that spot was one that had a drop trailer. So it's like they're not enforcing this. Maybe because it's the weekend and they weren't enforcing it. There were still parking spots. It was half full, maybe. The Petra was vacated. Keltrooster Travels, yeah, that was good of you. Hope he's doing well. I hope so. You might have changed a couple meals, might change somebody's life, and that is true. I was homeless when I got into trucking, so I managed to make it work. Not saying it was easy, but made it work, and now you're doing much better. Absolutely. There's always a way out. There's always a way out of what you're doing. You're such a ball. You get 2 brats for each bun at Cash's King Trucking. I think some LTL line haul guys get a hotel every night like Saya. I do see that too, right? ABF and those people, if they're out. Holland has ads for jobs where you run a day cab around the country. And you just park there and get a hotel. So there are road jobs where you get a hotel, if that's something. And I would say it's probably better than trying to find parking right now at a truck stop. So that's not too bad at the moment. Trespassers will be shot and survivors will be shot again. That's a very good one. I used to have one that talked about something to the effect of the cat, being a watch cat or something like that. But even the cat didn't believe it. She's like, no, I don't think so. Had to put a truck in the shop, leaking around the fuel pump. Lucky it's under warranty. Not so I own the truck and no breakdown pay. Right. Well, you could pay yourself breakdown pay. That's going to be a problem. But, that is the beauty of owning your own truck, though. Overall, you still make more money. And this is the luck of the thing. That you make more overall, but I don't want to deal with that hassle. I guess you could rent a truck. That'd be expensive. If they have their own shop, oil stains on the tarmac at $907. Yeah, this place doesn't have their own shop. It's up to roughly $20 depending on any additional delay pay. Really? $20 an hour is what you're saying? Rip Dusty Hill, I did see that. Are you saying $20 an hour for 12 hours a day? The people that work in the propane division really enjoy it. They say that the job is definitely a real gas. Nice. Don't light a match. I sleep better in the truck than I do at home, but I have the same mattress, Lucid Foam. Best $200 you'll ever spend. Man, people rolling these super expensive mattresses. I sleep better at home because it's a bigger bed. And the cat can keep you warm in the wintertime. Trespassers will be gift wrapped and given to a day cab gear jammer. That's how it works here. No lot lizards at home, usually. I thought AAA exotic meats would be listed under manhole. Ha, ha, ha. I only work 9 to 10 hours because I have to get my exercise and get my sweat on, Mr. Crowley. Look, if you start working more than that, I mean, it gets to be a real drag. I really do think, especially if you're home. There are people spending 14 hours a day plus commute time at a local job. I don't know if that's even really a local job. You're just home to sleep and then go back to work, which most of them don't. And so they're home 5-6 hours sleeping and then back to work. I mean, that isn't any good. There's no point to that. Kirby, that's right. It was a Kirby. They're like, well, here's a $2,000 vacuum. I'm like, really? It picks up like my $90 vacuum that I have here. Wow. Kirby. I felt bad for that person. Here they have the service truck that does everything in the blue hall at the Bickle Park. No room for anyone else. Wow. That's full service. Oh, Electrolux. No, I have an Electrolux canister vacuum. It's from the 60s, I think. But it works. It's got a cloth cord on it. Amazing. Electrolux canister vacuum. I don't use it. That one I don't use. Keto weenie, right? You can get keto on your weenies. Most homeless want to be homeless. Some people do want to be homeless. You can't help. But there are people that could use the assistance, that could use it, right? Like I didn't want to be homeless. That's probably why I'm not homeless now. But maybe they just don't know that there's a way out. They'll see people right now that are talking about getting evicted. They have a place to live. They'd like to keep it. Let's get those people in trucking. I liked Lum's Beer steamed hot dogs back in the 70s, based out of Florida. We ate at one in Villa Park. Lum's. I don't remember that. Was that next to Old Chicago? I got my TV, bedding, trash can, stainless steel cup from CDN Logistics. So I started asking questions about where my stuff went. They were terminated me. What can I do? I got my TV, bedding, trash can, stainless steel cups from CDN, so I started asking questions about where my stuff went. So you're saying they took your stuff out of your truck? Later that afternoon, they terminated me. What can I do? Probably not a lot. You're going to have to rewrite that. What exactly are you saying? You'll be charged with EPA violations, including unauthorized release of hazardous materials. Cheeseman gets me a hotel when I do 34 and pays $100 for the reset. That's nice. So at least you get a break out there. You don't have to sleep in the truck for your 34-hour reset. That's always a drag. Beware the dog. Yeah, she's not that scary. The Flying J in San Antonio, Florida would not allow me to leave my trailer in a paid parking spot. They said I had to have the truck and trailer connected. What do they care if you're paying for the spot? Are they afraid somebody will steal your trailer? I like ZZ Top. Yeah, I agree. I'm in for them. Should put a picture of my dog on door and worded, beware my owner bites. That would be better, but that dog doesn't look that scary. Yeah. So it would be the owner because, I don't know. Those lucid mattresses are awesome. Don't get anything thicker than 10 inches. You won't be able to open the bunk or use the slide out. You can have a 10-inch mattress? Holy mackerel. I do have a 4-inch mattress topper at home of memory foam, which I got. That was the thickest one they had. That's on top of the mattress, so super comfy. We used to say about crazy people that they were a phone book and a couple pages missing. Nice. I would love to see Geddy Lee play a few concerts with Billy Gibbons and Frank Beard. I don't know who that is. Never mind the dog, beware the owner. He's greased up, methed up, and thinks you're mighty cute. Oh, I don't know. I want to put that in my front door. The neighbors are like, who's that? I remember when the strongman at the circus would tear phone books. I know, but it's only anybody can tear a phone book in half. If you can find one, you can tear it in half. You're going to have to find one at like an antique store now or something like that. Or maybe at the library. All those expensive vacuums suck. Nice. That Electrolux does work that I have. So I actually tried picking stuff up. It does work. We had a Hoover that looked like a suitcase. Wow, that's interesting. GP Transco, got to go have 2 office interviews scheduled and coming up. Have a good week. All right, thank you very much for being here, GP Transco. Let's see, there we go right there, GP Transco. There's information at GP Transco. Give me a call unless you live in Florida. All right, go check them out and get yourself a GP Transco teal truck. They only have a few left, though, even though there's a driver shortage. I lived in a van down by the river before it was cool. I will tell you, being homeless, not super great. That teal gang is in the house. Where did that go off to? Right. Oh, and I lost my spot. Oh, there we go. Comb your hair. Right there. Headed out. Everyone I recommend the Lucid raves about it. Really good mattress, especially if you have a bad back. Lucid. Need to get Frank Beard or Billy Gibbons on the show. All right. We'll see how that works. Does anybody know how to get in contact with ZZ Top? 2 wieners on 1 bun. Isn't that a special at the manhole? Every other Saturday. My mom bought a Kirby from a door-to-door guy. My dad was so mad. Cash is King Trucking. Yeah, she's still paying for it. The guy's like, it's $1,800. I'm like, oh, $1,800. That's 3 motel rooms. Seriously, though, I'm like, $2,000 or whatever. That's ridiculous. Oh, you can make payments. I'm like, I'm not making payments on a vacuum cleaner, for God's sakes. I could hire a maid for a year for that. Lums steam their hot dog and beer. That sounds awesome. Only if it's Schlitz, something good like that. Oh, no, someone's getting hired. That's the hope. Are you for letting 18 to 20-year-olds do OTR? Yeah, sure, why not? I mean, they do all this other stuff. Here's the thing. We let them drive. Here you can drive when you're 15 in Indiana. So theoretically, somebody's already been driving for years. As they say, they can join the military. And they can do all this other stuff, right? So, yeah, they can go buy a gun. So why not? They're going to get trained just like everybody else. There's really no training now. So just because somebody's 21 and goes to Sierra England school, it doesn't mean they have any kind of more training than somebody that was 18 years old. So yeah, unless somebody gives me a good reason not to do it, why not let an adult have a job? Can't be safety, or we'd have training regulations. There's currently no minimum amount of on-the-road training that you have to drive a semi in the United States, no matter how old you are. So there's no regulations anyways. Drop trailer, full yard, no revenue. Well, if you're paying for the spot, you've already paid for the spot. You should be able to do whatever you want with that spot. I should just be able to have a cookout in the spot, or the spot should remain empty for me. That's my spot for the time that I paid for it. Kind of like a motel. If I pay in advance for a room, I should be able to show up any time of the day or night and get that room during the time that I rented it for. Charles, when I was homeless, there was a guy in our group who was homeless for 16 years. He used to spend the summer months living in the forest preserve. Well, look, if you want to, that's okay with me. But if you don't want to, there's always a way out. Mark has an Alaskan winter sleeping bag, wraps himself in and screams, "I'm a hot dog." Wow. That's my, when I do my art piece there at the manhole, that's what I do. You must have seen that. Let's see here. Oh, the hardest part about tearing a phone book in half is finding a phone book. Yeah, I don't know where you'd get one now. There's an antique store about 30 miles south of me. I guess I could go look around for one in there. Geddy Lee's the guy from Rush. Oh, okay. See, that's what I don't know. Rush, too hard of music for me. More Neil Diamond. Drive-by safety triangle placement check. 1. Well, at least they put 1 out. Address for a CDL. You could do, there's no problem. There's places you can rent an actual street address. So you could get an address. Oh, look, you must have a friend or somebody will let you use their address. So I think that you could do. I will tell you, at least, around here, social service agencies like Lafayette Urban Ministries, which is downtown, they'll let you use an address because they do that for people to get a job. So you can use that as a street address, as your a place to live if you're homeless. And they do that also for voting here. So there's a way to do that. So if Wyoming is such a great state, why is it the last page in the Atlas? Oh, that's true, right? How do you guys buy an address? I don't remember the name of the place, but there's a place for $10 a month you can get an actual street address. And any mail that comes there you can have forwarded to you. They scan it in for you. I don't remember the name of the place, though. You'd have to look that up. But yeah, $10 a month you can get an address. Realize how hard it was to look up the phone number of ZZ Top in the phone book. Oh, that would be easy because everybody wanted to be AAA, whatever. Okay, Getty played and sang in Rush. Got it. Played bass and sang in Rush. 1,800 Paris Hilton cleans your house naked for that loot. Wow, I don't know if that's worth it or not. I don't think so. I can just clean my house naked and save the $1,800. Any good feeling on them again extending the hours of service exemption? I can't believe they extended it to now. When they did it last time, I couldn't believe it went out. Oh my gosh. Personally, I've had enough. I'm not obligated, just a bad drink. Yeah, I can't believe that it went to this point. I really don't see any point in it. But, they went this far. Who knows what they're going to do? They just did the fuel haulers for South Dakota and Wyoming. So, as Top is performing in Sturgis, the show must go on. Well, look, I would say that's probably what he'd want, that they perform. That's what they do. So, yeah, absolutely. You can contact ZZ Tube through Ted Nugent's Nugefire YouTube live chat. He has Nugefire live chat? That's got to be a blast over there. Yeah, 18 to 20 drive already interstate. That's right. I mean, it's just interstate we're talking about. If you can drive from Houston to El Paso, but can't drive from El Paso to Las Cruces, that's not about safety. That doesn't make any sense at all. How about a second show on Sunday morning called Coffee and Ta-Da and Trucking with Mark? All right. We'll think about that. The frontal cortex is not completely developed in males until they're 25. So theoretically, it should be 25. Some of them not even older than that, I'm sure. But we can't say there's no legitimate thing. Everybody would be individual. Maybe we should have a frontal cortex scan. 18-year-olds would lower wages because they will accept less, Adam Wayne. They would, but people currently accept less. There are people currently working in the 30-cent range still at companies, and that's not helping anything. But that's still not a good reason. You know, we can have the government set wages. That's still not a good reason not to do it. These 18-year-olds can still drive 900 miles across Texas, but not 10 miles to the next city. Ken P. Gracie looking at Mark. It's not homeless, it's feral. Oh, she's all domesticated, believe me. ZZ Top's guitar tech has been filling in for months, believe it or not. Oh, yeah, I would believe it because I don't know that much about it. Aviator trucker, go to truck school where they can't pay the rent. I guess they'll work for Sierra England for the next 16 years. Well, once you're in and get a job, you're okay. And truck school in many states, including this one, right, is free a lot of the time. They have grants. And if you're homeless, you could just live outside the truck school, I guess, if you live anywhere else, to be honest with you. Look, there's always a way out of whatever situation you're in if you want out of it enough. It just depends. It's got to hurt enough for you to get out of it. It's got to be painful enough. Whatever it is, not causing you enough pain to stop it. That's why people keep their jobs or whatever. It doesn't cause them enough pain. It's got to hurt enough. And then you'll find a solution. Whenever it gets that bad, you find a way out. Heads up, I'll believe there'll be more truck driving training effective February 22. But there's still no rules at that time on how much training you have to have. Road time. About my first truck at 22 with no experience at all. Wow. My first trip was Boston, New York City. Then I did all over the road. All right, how you doing now? Thomas, I like Neil Diamond too. I know. Neil Diamond is the man, right? Love on the Rocks, E.T. theme, we're in. I know all the good ones there. Now that's somebody I could get behind. The Loves in Des Moines has truck companies using their lot as their own truck lot. I watch them move the trucks and park personal car. Oh, yeah, some of them do that. Right. Sometimes the truck stop doesn't care, and sometimes they don't know about it. But I agree, and that's super aggravating. You come in, and there's a car parked in one of the spots. I'm like, they better be paying for this spot. I wouldn't let them do it. Just put down 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, right? Or whatever Wrigley Field was from the Blues Brothers. You put that address down. Remember that? That was pretty funny. Hobo Shoestring has a YouTube channel. Dude has 80,000 subscribers. That's pretty awesome. That's awesome, I guess. Is this a homeless person? Mailboxes, etc. No, this is an online place, and I don't remember the name of it. You can pick an address anywhere in the country. And they will mail your mail to you if you need it for something. So I don't remember the name of it. UPS box, that's too expensive. Street address, and they'll receive packages, kind of pricey. Right, this is $10 a month I've seen. I got tickets for ZZ Top at Dayton, Ohio on September 14th. All right. Well, let me know how it goes. The COVID exemption is awesome. You just drive when you're ready to. I know, isn't that great? That's true. And I will tell you, there are some owner-operators, including some on this channel here that watch this channel, that do very good during the exemption. So, and I'm all for it. Look, if you want to follow the rule, which is drive whenever you want, absolutely. Make the money while you can. When I would tear out of the terminal Friday afternoon on Cicero Avenue, my tea, I would be blasting Rush's Working Man song. George Wilson, nice. That sounds like a great day, by the way. Mark drives for roller wieners. Yes, 6 a day is what I charge. I had lost my spot. I had a friend who worked for a pineapple company for many years. He was on the dole. This kind of dole? Who do you trust? Okay, I said no politics. Do you remember buying a truck directly from an owner-operator who has his own small company? Do recommend it. I was offered a 1099 job with an opportunity to learn. Well, you're not a 1099, right? You're an employee, so unless you own the truck. So, look, I don't know about buying a truck. I'm a company driver. I'm always nervous about it because I don't know the maintenance history. I'm going to say it's like buying a car. Have a mechanic look at the truck if you don't know anything about the truck. That's what I think. People do that with a car. They just walk in and buy a car. Have a shop look at the truck and make sure the truck's legit, because if that breaks down, you don't get any money. And so that really bothers me. There's you're going to have to go to an owner-operator for that one, like here, to get more information about that. Because I don't know about buying a truck. Ooh. And now at my extreme upper 30s, I won't be, this will be it. The in-state thing is to prevent abuse. If they had it limited by miles, it'd be a pain. Well, except some states you can drive 900 miles, and some states you can only go 40 miles. And so if it's about safety, it's about safety. That's right. Dusty had hip issues a while back. I wonder if he got vaccinated. Oh, I wonder. Oh, that's interesting. I was sleeping in an S10 pickup truck when I went to truck driving school. Trucker up. There's a way to do everything. If you want something bad enough, there's absolutely a way to do it. You can get through whatever the problem is, and there's something on the other side of it. People just don't. That's why hardly any people are successful. Voting age back to 21 as constitutionally intended. Old Madison knew 18-year-olds were too dumb. That's true. They're pretty stupid. I was pretty dumb then. George Wilson, Mark drives for Rail Transport. Dusty Hill was at home recovering from a broken hip. Oh, that's a problem. When you get older, wasn't he 70 or 72 or something like that? You get older, break something? Boy, that is nerve-wracking. That's how I got my CDL back in the 90s. I was a quote-unquote displaced worker. Yeah, that's a way to do it, and they're still doing that to this day. You can go to truck schools in many states for free. So even if you're homeless, let's be honest, you can be homeless anywhere if you're homeless, right? You can be homeless near the truck school, so go over there and be homeless. Seriously. Most transfer put students in a hotel during school. Yeah, and you could always do the other way, which is get sponsorship by a trucking company, and then they'll put you up. And that's something. Now you have the home problem solved. You can get a shower every day, eat at the buffet breakfast. I mean, there's a way to do everything. Biden administration is saying 18 to 20-year-olds would be unsafe and more likely to have accidents. That's probably true. Then stop letting them drive 900 miles across Texas, but not 15 miles from El Paso to Las Cruces. Okay, they can't have that both ways. If it's unsafe, then it's unsafe. And if it's unsafe, why are they driving a car? I want that. Rush is too hard. Yesterday's breed is harder than Rush. Look, I can't do Rush. It's just too much. It's just too much for me. Love on the Rocks is about it. That's as much as it gets here. Mark is a lease operator for Prime. I try to keep it covered up. Wyoming's new state motto is "Why Ask Why." That's not too bad, really. Mark is Santa's secret trucker, only at Holiday World. 1060 West Addison. That's what he put down, right? The cops show up at Wrigley Field. 1060 West Addison. This is Wrigley Field. Dang it. They couldn't find him. Yeah, Blues Brothers, right. Driving a truck in Texas would be like 700 miles. Driving a truck in Rhode Island is like 10 miles. Exactly. But you can drive Houston to El Paso legally at 18. But you cannot take that load beyond El Paso to Las Cruces right over the border. That's not legal. So it can't be safety. Vacuum cleaner company was called Kirby. Yes, that must have been a cheap model. Cars are usually running 3,200, cheap model cars, 3,200 to 4,000 each. For vacuums, this was a while ago. I haven't had a roaming salesman in some time. I guess they're afraid of it. I mean, decade or more easily. And it was, $1,800. And if that's a cheap model vacuum, I don't know what to say. It would have to go do the stuff on its own. I could literally hire a maid for that, to do that. Hobo Shoestring loves trains, hops on them and films it. Oh, did Alaska. Is this the guy that I see riding on top of a train car and then gets in the middle or whatever? Yeah, I don't know. Probably illegal, but okay. He rides the rails. Does he have a stick where he has a bandana and some food tied up in the back of it? That would be classic. I just don't like teenagers, so Al John's, so they wouldn't be good for your place, right? And yeah, sure, I was a stupid driver back then, absolutely. Fred Zeppelin, Jake, and Elwood aren't there anymore, so go for it. That's true. They're, Dan Aykroyd's still living, though. I see trailers that are parked nicely with the landing gear down. You never really see a drop trailer. It's a truck stop. Oh, very good. Very good. Was that a Cash is King ad? Yes, absolutely, because that's the place to go for owner-operator information. Seriously. Because I'm not an owner-operator. So buying a truck in that, he knows all of that. He's bought trucks. I don't do that. I went to a ZZ Top concert and had people upset because you're standing up and dancing. They all wanted to sit. Who sits at a concert? Let's just sit here and be quiet and listen to the songs. Edna, let's listen to the songs only. I went to truck school with a grant for free myself, Trucker Rob. That's the way to do it, right? Get a grant, go for nothing, and then you have your license and you can do whatever you want. And if you're homeless, look, be homeless around the truck school. I'm serious about that. I'd have to look in that address thing. I tried to use a UPS box, but the government said that addressing wasn't legit. No, because it's a box. I'll have to look this up now. I can't remember the name of the place where you can get an address. Intrastate is up to states. Interstate is up to the feds. I know, but it can't be safety. They can't scream safety. If you can go 900 miles, but then not 15 miles, it isn't safety. We could look at how safe intrastate drivers are. Are they safe or not? And then determine if it's safe. I have very little urge or want to sleep in a truck ever again. Yeah, once you get home locally, to be honest with you, most people, I don't see people leaving to go back on the road very often. Is Celadon back in business? I've seen new trailers. Every once in a while, I see a Celadon trailer around, but no, they're not back in business. But there's still people out running these Celadon trailers around. I recovered one of their trucks for CDN. I had the keys. I locked it up. Well, CDN flew me back to my truck, and when I got back to the terminal, my TV and bedding magically disappeared. Yeah, I'm not surprised about that. Tell them to pay for it and see what they say. I mean, they're probably not going to. I have a Vibe Gel foam mattress that works well in the truck. Vibe Gel. That's great. Capstone Lumber asking $125 for straight pull, 1 pallet. 16 cases. Wow. Wow. Brandon, hello from Los Angeles. Wow, what's going on in LA? You'd be making $60 an hour to live out there. Awesome. Good weather, though. I have a friend who drove for the Department of Energy. The driving training was amazing. Skid pad classes, Arctic driving school, and firearm training. Wow, that's pretty awesome. That's like Schneider training when they had that skid pad up in Wisconsin. John M. Mark, drivers should carry air base. Just spent time helping driver put air and tire. Who had no airline. Not every truck stop has air. Yeah, well, so keep your own airline. Yeah, what is? Does he know his tire's low or something? I will say here they want you to call the shop because they're afraid the tire's going to explode on the road. Trains are on private property. The track. CDN Logistics told me they will find out who did it because they got cameras. Then when I started questioning, they got upset with me because I was asking questions. So they decided to terminate you. No questions. You are not to ask questions. Yeah. I mean, if you're here in the United States, because isn't that a Canadian company or whatever, but if you're here in the U.S., you can pretty much be fired for any reason or no reason, as long as it's not the wrong reason. Like, they can't go, we're firing you because you're a woman, but they can say, you know what, you ask a lot of questions, so you're out of here. That's legal. So, and I'm not an attorney, right? You may want to contact one for actual legal advice, not whatever you're getting here. But pretty much it's right to work, right? And it's also right to be fired. I don't know what to say. I'd still pester him about the stuff, but you're honestly probably not going to get your stuff back or any money. I don't know. I would probably write to him. This I would do is write him an email and say, look, you better not put anything on my record. I didn't do anything here, so I better get a clean record from you guys, and I'd check your DAC here in a few months to see what's on it. Dan Aykroyd makes some good vodka, Crystal Head vodka. The wife wants the glass. And probably so she could drink it because she's a drunk. I don't know. So I know she's not listening because nothing came flying at me. But no, she wanted the glass, and I looked at it at the store, and it is a pretty cool glass. I will say that. The bottle that it comes in, it looks like a skull. Brandon only make $40. Well, that's still pretty good. Not out there, though, I guess. Actually, I got there. That's $1,200 a week for 40. Well, $1,600 for 40 hours. You're living like somebody here, making less than that because of the expense of living, probably. But you do get better weather. I'm sure if somebody writes a letter to Mike Lindell, he'll make a My Pillow set for the semi, including Jesus sheets and My Pillow topper for that nasty slip seat Walmart truck. Nice. Do they make custom sizes? Have you gotten paid cash for trucking, Mr. Crawley? No. Always worked as a W-2 employee. No cash. So I assume farmers around here do it. That's what I kind of assume. There's always some farmer running an ad, and they put a picture of like an old International from 1977. Drive this truck around and load grain. I assume that pays cash. Did you see the ATA story on FreightWaves? No, because you have to sign into FreightWaves now, so I don't read FreightWaves anymore. They're saying raising pay is going to come back and bite carriers. The people at the ATA can't have a soul. Yes, when rates go back down, that's why they love these bonuses, because they can take them away. So when rates come down, everybody's still going to make their money. They're not going to be able to lower pay. And so they don't know what they're going to do about it. But remember, there's a shortage, so it shouldn't bother them that much. All they'll have to do is put people in trucks. ATA. When will they close down? It took a while to get a signal, having a roller wiener and nanner sandwich with Elvis. Nice. Viva Las Vegas. I used to drop my trailer in a spot and go fuel. Why would you do that? Oh, just to keep the spot? A place that makes outhouses would be a good place to hide and go seek. Yucks. I had a warehouse reject me because I couldn't turn off the company's camera. Really? How'd they know you had a camera? And that's pretty awesome, by the way. And where were you going where they care if they're filmed? I mean, I have a dash cam sitting right there pointing out the windshield, and no one has ever said anything to me. So where are you going where they care about a camera? Air mattress from Wally World, $10. Roger Bensky. Yeah, but look, that's no good in the truck. You don't want that, right? I like the memory foam topper or some other kind of topper for the mattress because it's super soft. That 4-inch, that's a lot of memory foam, okay? And it is very soft. I recommend it. That's what I have on the bed at home. Super soft. I love it. Does anyone remember Russ's Motor Service, a piggyback outfit at Proviso Yard, North Lake? I was about 10 at the time. Proviso. I thankfully have a government truck driving job, hauling trash to the dump in my 18-wheeler conveyor belt trailer. Well, that sounds not bad. Sounds like a garbage job. Huh, that's good. Even I did one. A pig pen, thank you very much. Tip your host for delivering another great show. Well, goodness, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And joke notwithstanding. Look into Betty's. They make bedding, said that zips. Love my midlife trucker. All right. If it's soft, yeah. I mean, everybody's got an individual thing. I like them. I like the memory foam. I have a memory foam pillow, too. So I do know Mike Lindell makes a lot of that stuff. Here's ads on the radio. I click on the FreightWave story for my Google feed. It didn't ask me to log in. They run down the articles. Basically, don't raise pay because when the rates go down, you can't pay your drivers. That's great. Don't raise your pay. That's why a lot of them do all these bonuses and stuff, because that can be taken away. Once the pay is up, it's tough to cut people's pay. They're not going to want to do that. I could see that. But I will say FreightWaves, at least on a computer, asks you to log in before you read an article, and I'm just not doing that. I will look for that article, though. Will we play Deer Hunter if TA closes? Yikes. The air mattress works perfectly. I've had air mattresses over the years. They just seem to leak. And they're weird. When you're moving around, they make a lot of noise, I think. Joan Harper, I can't believe it's 2:30 already. I know. The time goes by. I can't believe it's already Monday. It was International Paper. Oh, all right. Rip Ron Popeil. Did he just die or something? Hasn't he been dead? Because I had the Popeil Pocket Fisherman, which my dad got me years ago, and I don't know why, because I don't fish. We fished one time. I don't like fishing. And he got me the Popeil Pocket Fisherman. Oh, I saw that Beer Hunt. That'd be more like it. Getting a dress is easy. You just write a number on a cardboard box, put the street on it that you have located. Oh, sweet. Would you rather go to a hot air balloon, skydive, or hang gliding? Oh, probably the balloon. Skydiving, no. You're falling towards the planet. And hang gliding, you're just falling towards the planet slower. So I'm gonna go with science on the hot air balloon and stick with it. And if nothing else, look, you die in a wicker basket. I mean, that's a story your family could tell for years. It's kind of dramatic. A picture would be really something. He died in a wicker basket. I mean, you could have pieces of the wicker basket around your casket, which rhymes as well. That's even better. So yeah, hot air balloon. Vibe mattress on Amazon, cheap and comfortable. It's a knockoff Casper. Is that a mattress too? Noisy mattress is a happy mattress. Depends what's going on. I'm just picturing the plastic making a lot of noise and you're rolling around on it. So now we have an infinite hours of service regulations. Yeah, it's been going on forever, basically. Just drive, as long as you got one of these exempt loads, right? Drive all you want. And I say if you can do it, and either own the truck or your company lets you do it, hey, go make some money. It's totally legal. I never ask people to violate the regulations, but that's the current regulation, so use it to your advantage. Yeah. The Pocket Fisherman was better than the black spray paint for bald guys. Well, interesting story. My friend, who I've known since I've been 12 years old, uses a spray for his head. Now, they don't have it in red, but not that it would matter much with hardly any hair left, but he uses it for black. He actually has a template cut out of a piece of cardboard, and he's used this for years. And I'm like, dude, because he has little hair, similar to me. And I said, everybody can tell, because it's an exact line cut off or whatever, that you're just painting your head. Okay, you don't have any hair. Oh, no. He's like, no, people can't tell. I'm like, everybody can tell. Okay, everybody knows. So people know you don't have hair. Just be it. Just be what you are. Okay, don't worry about what people think, especially people that are walking around the street that don't even know you. Who cares? What are they going to think? That guy doesn't have any hair. All right, now that's the end of it, right? I don't think most drivers can have an air mattress. If they roll over, their T-Rex toenails would puncture the mattress. Yeah, what are you going to do with those big corns and that big yellow toenail? It's going to poke right through that thing. Then what? It's not the fall that kills you, it's the abrupt stop. I know, that's what I'm saying. I mean, the balloon seems much more gentle. So I'm in for that. 86 July 28. Is that a birthday? I hope not. Oh my God, 86? I'm off, I'm off today, but working here at home. I'm tired now. All right. A day off finally. I figured out a way to punish fuel line on Bogarts. Get a Schrader valve tool. Nice. Like, and yank the steer tire valve and toss it out. No real damage. It's a huge pain. Well, that is good, but I would never recommend people damage somebody else's truck or whatever. Don't do that. You can just yell at them. Mark drives for roller wiener carriers. 3 shots of mustard per mile. 2 shots of ketchup, but ketchup not approved. Right. Only mustard. I hear they're raising the drinking age in Arkansas to 32. Do you want to keep the alcohol out of high school? Very good. It's fun when you graduate with your own kid out of high school. Ron Popeil just died. I read an article that said he sold over $1 billion worth of gadgets. Cash is king trucking. Yeah, he did, right. Everybody had one. Everybody had something from Ron Popeil. That's too bad. I kind of thought he'd been dead, though, for like 20 years. Kind of like the person that saw your video, I guess, and said, or saw you and said, hey, why don't you make videos anymore? And you put out like 12 videos a day. What's better, bowling or tennis? I love to bowl, Marty. I love to bowl. I use a 6-pound ball whenever I bowl. That's the key to bowling for me. That's the minimum weight to be a regulation ball. And that is the whole key to successful bowling. And that's a tip right there from me. Peter Evans. Goodness, thank you very much. Oh, that's pretty good. Oh, right. That's a controller. I love it. Thank you very much. They have a sign that says all trucks must turn off their cameras to enter the plant. Oh, really? Well, you can't turn that one off in the front. Oh, I'd say the company, look, see what these cameras are doing for you? Did you catch fish with the pocket fisherman, Mark Jones? No, I don't like fishing, so I don't fish. So, no, it just sat there. I don't know why he got it for me. We went one time, but not with that, before I got that thing. I hated it. He didn't fish. He just basically had me to row the boat out there because he would only run a rowboat because it's cheap. So I'm rowing this rowboat. And I didn't catch anything, didn't like it, and just not a fan. And so that thing sat there. Don't know where it is now. That would have been 70s probably. Tribal wisdom versus government policy. Tribal wisdom with the horse dies get off it. Government hire a tag team to study the fact that white horse will not perform to its capacity. That's the truth. That's true. That should be on a plaque somewhere. Ironworkers code, if you fall 63 feet or more, you are dead. Oh, 60 is the exact amount. Imagine a waterbed in the truck. I wonder how that would work. As long as you didn't tip over anything, I think that'd be okay. That thing's pretty thick, right? They don't roll around like they used to, right? Does Cash King Trucking hire drivers? Mr. Crowley. Yeah, I think he leases a couple of internationals with Max Force engines out. He said he was going to have a Max Force Trucking, I think it was called. He doesn't hire only 1099s for that, though. Henderson, Kentucky, and Louisville are requiring masks again. Joan Harper. Yes, as I predicted to the wife a few days ago, within 60 days, I personally believe the country will be back masked up again. All schools here in Indiana, or at least here in town, let's put it that way, said, oh, wait a minute, we're going to have all kids masks up. You have to be over 3 years old or whatever. So, yeah, I do think that will come back. Where does my boss get off calling during the show? And yeah, don't let those calls go through. All right, forget that. They should only be calling you at work time. Have to catch a nice fish, then you'll understand it, especially after dinner. I'm not that kind of... I'd rather just have a fish prepared somewhere, to be honest with you. Being outside and, fish and... I don't know. And I wouldn't like hurting the fish, to be honest with you. I personally wouldn't like doing that. I'm the kind of person that will stop, which I've done, to let a fly out of the truck so that it isn't hurt by opening the window when I'm driving down the highway. Okay, so I really, which I've done many times for different bugs, and I'm always take the bugs outside here if I catch a bug inside before the cat gets it. So I just wouldn't be the kind of person to do that. When I went to Werner Robbins AFB, they covered my windshield where the camera was. Really? Tell them to leave it on there. I've never heard of that, but I love that. I love that they won't let you in there. That I would love. School's there as well. Okay, so yeah, schools are going, and it's just a matter of time before it's the rest of us too. Before it's all the rest of us Soylent Green. Why are postal trucks the ugliest semis on the road? Because the lowest priced person of the government got them. And the backup of the fuel line by hiring full service guys to do the fueling. Then they can chase everyone out after the truck is fueled. More fuel sold will pay the fuel guys' wages. Well, as we know, it used to be that way. And it wasn't this issue. And what Jersey does that, but only for cars, right? Pigpen on a convoy at a warm water bed. Did he? In Love Machine? That's sweet. Working beyond 30 hours is counterproductive, Mr. Crowley. Well, 30. I'm trying to get down to 30. I can't do it. I'm not at 40, though. I got to work Saturday on 40. Oh, I love that I worked, as I head out anyway, that I worked a Saturday a couple weeks ago. Didn't get paid for it. It would have been on this week's check, so I had to call them up. Oh, yeah, I forgot all about that. Even though you have to fill a sheet out, if you work extra beyond your 5 days, anything you do extra beyond that, you fill out a sheet just so they can pay you. And I filled a sheet out, and it put exactly how to pay me on it, and didn't get paid for it. So, look, companies, can you pay people on time? I don't think it's too much to ask. You expect to get paid for your shipments on time. When you call people and they come in, you say, please come in, and they come in, pay them. Let's do everything that didn't work the first time all over again. Right. We're going to go into lockdown again, I fear. Maybe. I think so. Maybe. I think that's 50-50, but masks, I'm 90% on that. Mega carriers should run late night infomercials. That's the only thing they don't do. And that's why I got into truck driving. Even though it's just past 2:30, so we'll get out of here. That is why I got into driving. I would come home and see these ads on TV at 2 or 3 in the morning on a black and white television set. It was for the truck school in Chicago there, and it's because I lived in Calumet City at the time. Hey, drive the big rigs. Come to truck school, and it shows these big trucks driving around this GMC Astro. Like, oh my gosh, I'm like, this is for me. I'm going to make all this money and stuff. So yeah, that's how I actually got interested in driving. That's not a bad idea. $5 for a fish sandwich. McDonald's can make 10 sandwiches from one nice fish. Okay, fair enough. I could get 10 McDonald's fish sandwiches. I'm in then. All from my Peel Pocket Fisherman. McDonald's says, miniaturized everything. I will never eat there again. Puny portions. That's how you get $1 for a sandwich or whatever. McDonald's is some very expensive these days. I heard on the Thruway they're even more money, which is even worse. I don't like that at all, of course. It's true Oklahoma never mandated wearing masks. Really? Did the businesses all just do it on their own? I think it was the whole country, pretty much, right? That mandated it. I think. Where did that go? Oh, there's that click. This is me as a baby. If you wear it, make it a parrot. And I was doing that, That's 1 year old. That's the 1990 right there. So about 1990, 91 right there. Not bad. GP Transco is here today, which I appreciate answering questions. They're looking for some drivers, but not in Florida. Okay, $90,000 a year. Holland Enterprises is also here today. They'd love to hear from you. Operators are standing by, and everybody has to eat. And this is what I always say. Holland food, long distance. That's the way to go for when you have to sit maybe at a warehouse, which happens, right? Delivering food, long distance. So I'm in for that. Dot Foods will hire you out of Florida. That's one that maybe you can get in there in Florida. Give them a call. Check them out. Cash is King Trucking is here today and does tons of videos. If you see him somewhere, please ask him about his videos. If you see him at a truck stop, say, hey, I saw you on that video you just did. So that would be great. Thanks for being here. Don't forget about Jay at Auto Transport Intel. Jay got the whole thing rolling, and I don't know anything about cars, but Jay does. So that's absolutely the way to do it. And get a book, would you? Remember them? Remember books? I remember when there were books. Sponsored by Books. Remember us? Next will be sponsored by Scholastic Institute. And the Book of the Month Club. Oh, that thing used to get in school. I can't remember what that is, right? Camet City, did you go to Catholic school with Elwood and Jake? No, did not go to Catholic school. Mom did make me go to church every week, though, on Sundays. So, surprisingly, did not go to Catholic school. Public school, that's why I'm dumb. When I'm doing all kinds of math and stuff, no idea. Public school. Spent lots of time at the Union 76 in Cal City. I spent many nights at that place. That's where I got my parking view. That's where I bought it. What's the leading cause of truck fires on the highway? Sometimes with the fuel on. I don't know. I don't see that many trucks burning. I missed Fleet Nav today. Yeah, they weren't on today. Sometimes they're busy, meetings or whatever, which all businesses love meetings. So there you go. A midlife trucker was here, which I appreciate. Thank you for being here. Cash King doesn't mind wearing a mask. The truck stops are so nasty. Yeah, that might not be a bad idea to wear one in the truck stop anyways, just for your own protection. Absolutely. Roger Penske was here. I appreciate it. Joan Harper, thank you for being here. Let me know what happened down there. I'm curious. Keltrooster Travels. I think it's a rumor, but hope for someone in Oklahoma could clue me in. Maybe. I mean, it's possible that they didn't. Those kind of states, right? No. But private businesses probably did. Acceleration rules. Every time I see someone wearing a mask, I ask what's your problem. Let's say I went to a car show on Saturday, and there were two people outside at a car show in a parking lot of a mall here, which is they do every year, the Hot Summer Nights car show. And there were two people walking around outdoors in a mask, so I thought that was pretty interesting. I get my meals working for free at McDonald's, half off of all the other time. Joan Harper, that's not bad. I think they should always do that. If you're working at a place that serves food, let you have a meal during your work time for free. Gosh. McDonald's is now serving miniature heart attacks in a sack. Nice. I did see a pizza place here is now serving a pizza in a bowl. I thought of you. I thought, oh, perfect. No crust, right? You get all the pizza parts without the crust part. So depending on what sauce you had or whatever, it would probably be better than eating all that crust, probably. But you'll eat an assassinated helpless pig, Mark Jones. I just said I don't want to do it myself. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing the deed. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying about it. So, and I do appreciate you being here, believe me. But I'm not doing it. I'm not doing that to the fish or a fly or anything like that. So, Joe was here. I remember the Banjo lure system. I don't even know what the heck. Where is that going? Mr. Crowley, possibly Sam was here, which I appreciate. But I do have to head out before they start calling me, which they won't get through. Johnny Come Lately was here. Aviator Trucker, thank you for being here today. The Hool. K-Bid today, Acceleration Rules. Let's see, George Wilson was here. Pigpen was here. Thank you for being here. Peter Evans was here. Platte Highway, Marty was here. Let's see, Luke, 1, 2, 3, 4 was here. Mark Jones, where am I at here? I'm losing my spot. AKA FU was here, so thank you for being here today. And let's see, Brandon was here today. Donkey Bite, but Al Johns was here. I'm going to have to head out to my place. Charles, Fred Zeppelin, possibly from the band, not sure. Creature 937 was here, so I'm moving up to that. And I'm going to head on out to my place. Plant Feeder, thank you for being here. Keltrooster Travels, but I have to head on out to my work before they gripe at me. So I want to thank everybody for being here today. We're going to be up with more videos and stuff. And the podcast Tuesday and Friday. So go to your local podcasting app, however you get your podcasts, and sign up for Trucking Answers. Subscribe there, and it'll just download, the next time and one comes out. I shoot for Tuesday, Friday. So far good, but it's only been a few weeks. So hopefully that works out okay for that. And let me know what you think. We'll be back soon.